everybody. Welcome to the 12th Annual Daytime Emmy Nominations special with the first chat with the nominated performers who were just nominated today for the 53rd Annual Daytime Emmy Awards. Or like my first guest, Christian, he was nominated yesterday. He found out yesterday. Christian LeBlanc is with us from The Young and the Restless, lead actor nominee. It's great to see you. I couldn't think of anybody else to kick off the show with than you.
It came to a grinding halt. I am the most technically proficient person that you could find.
So proficient.
I'm sorry, I'm jet lagged. I have surgery. I don't know if I'm supposed to take a pill right now. I don't know. Michael, that's why everyone comes to you.
That's right. Anyways, Christian.
Yes, sir.
This is wonderful. This is a lead actor nomination. It's been like, isn't this the first time in like 10 years or something?
I mean, I think it's the first time in almost 20 years.
20 years.
I won like 3 and 5 years.
3 and 5 years for lead actor.
It was, and this only because Tony used to count it like this. It was Tony, Gary, me, Tony, Gary, me, Tony, Gary.
That's right.
So me, Tony, Gary, me, Tony. He 2 to 3 in 5 years. And I think the last 2006. So it's 20 years. I have been doing it that long. So yeah, I was, and before that was nominated for so long, for like 9. So yeah, isn't it refreshing?
It is refreshing to see your name there.
Yeah.
So what was your reaction when you saw you were in the running? What did you think?
You know, we were speaking a little earlier. I've just bumped off New York. Somebody got its wings. I got off a plane from New York the night before last, and it was a big huzzah. I was in there. I hadn't, been in New York in a while, but I have a picture in a gallery, and I'm traveling, learned all the subways in the Queens and in Brooklyn, and that's where I started. So it was a crazy trip. My artwork is hanging beside a print by Lucian Freud, who's that's the big time. So I got back yesterday, and we had, I don't know, I decided to toss my hat in the ring just because I had these lovely scenes, and it had been, a pretty, wonderful year, and it was with Eric Braeden. And so, it didn't feel like 20 years. Now that's the first time I've counted when this was. And I'm pretty sure the last one was 2006 because I still have the wrong Emmy title. They gave their award to Michael Park. It was Christian LeBlanc in the role of Michael Park.
You have Michael Park's Emmy plaque?
Oh, it's mine. He won before, but my role is Michael Baldwin. So it actually said Christian LeBlanc in the role of Michael Park. Or Michael Park. It was confusing. When they finally send you your label, I had to say, give it back, but I thought it was so bizarre that I kept that last label. So yeah, that was the last, I believe it was 2006. So, I mean, the time goes by. I had my 30th anniversary, the show where, myself as Michael Baldwin is sitting there going, what happened? And they flash back, they take you to youth. I've never seen so much brunette hair in my life, and that is no longer the case.
No, but I like the hair.
It was a whole pandemic thing. I had been coloring my hair the same color brown because my brothers, we have that pattern baldness in our family. So I was not ready for that. Michael Baldwin's not ready to be bald. So they would color it. I was brunette and colored it brunette. And for a long time. And then I got, years pass and you're like pulling to red. And during pandemic, I have pictures of me just zooming because that's all we did. Just letting my hair go and it looked like a black and white cookie. And then it just got, you can see it from space now, and that was unexpected. And here I am promoting charities I do, and I got 2 days, I got 50,000 comments, 55,000 comments on my hair while I'm trying to tell people to give money to this charity that I do. So yeah, and they let me keep it.
Well,
They
it
were
looks great. It looks great. So,
yeah.
what scenes did you submit? What are the scenes that the fans are with us who want to know? Like, what did you end up submitting with Eric Braeden in the scene?
Because Michael Baldwin and Victor Newman break up more than most romantic couples on the show. And from the very beginning of our relationship, which goes all the way back to my very first, to Michael being new on the show, people forget that Michael, after he came back from all his, redemption and working to be a lawyer again, Victor would show up. Like at one point, the Newmans are all gathered around the Christmas tree in this beautiful Newman like grouping. Everyone's a child, Nick is a baby, and Michael Baldwin is looking through the dusty, icy window like this to see them in there, and they invite him in. Poor Lost Lamb, and they read a Christmas story. Not
Right.
a Christmas. They do yeah. It's like the Ghost of Christmas song, the Dickens thing, and so he's been that kind of father figure for Michael for a long time. He was there at when we had trouble with Fenmore. He was in the incubator. Nikki and Victor show up to lend their support, and so it was a group of wonderful scenes in which, I knew while we were doing them, they were kind of, it was a moment because I saw, we both saw the script, and there was a big point of Victor feeling that Michael betrayed him with Colleen, at least me and Cole, and I have this line is like everybody keeps a grown woman in their basement in a cage. And welcome to Hollywood. Um, and it was a scene where Michael's always kind of deferred to Victor as his boss and as somebody he's always looked up to. But the way Eric delivered these lines in the middle of a whole different scene and says, "I don't know if I trust you," which has been an issue forever. And there's this big confrontation that happens. And I thought, oh my God, because I just said, I'm going to let this, no choice. We're just going to go and see what happens. And it was wonderful. And so Eric and I both ended up not knowing the other one, submitting those scenes, both the scenes, kind of heavily cutting out
the other person.
Together, you get the whole. And I called Eric right after the nominations came out. Like, you picked the same damn scenes, And it was like, I said, we'll both show up. And he says, I'll wear my original tuxedo from whatever 1910. And I'm like, yeah, we'll just exchange tuxedos so we can look just like the Marx Brothers. But I couldn't be happier that happened, and it's wonderful. I love it. It's great in one way in that our minds thought the same way, and he is the funniest man in the world.
Oh, yes.
And nobody knows that, but he is game. And I will tell you that. And on top of that, Dale and him had called while we were on the phone talking about the gallery show, because Dale, his wife, is an artist.
That's right.
And educated and trained, and we're not just talking, lying there like a lox. This is her education, and was always such a fan of my art and was so kind about it. So we had this wonderful conversation yesterday, and then like I said, it makes me so happy. And then they staggered the nominations. So Michelle Stafford and Graz and Sean Dominic, and the hits came on.
Y&R led the nominations with 18.
And then we had, it is wonderful to go on the journey, but to go on the journey with the people who are really closest to you. I used to have dreams as a kid that there was, weird recurring dream. I used to have episodic dreams, wouldn't you know? That, I would take all my friends on a ship, and it wasn't quite a pirate ship, but we were off to, some adventure, and they were all coming with me. And there was some feeling associated. This is exactly that feeling. it's like, and you and you and you and you're coming, and it's lovely. I mean, people from other shows. The first person who I think popped up on my feed congratulating me was Eric Martzoff, who was in the running, is on another show, but I've known him kind of since the beginning, and that's what was going on. You know, Tamara Tooney, I got right on there and like congratulated her. She was on As the World Turns after me. So, you know, it's the great thing about what we do, you included, all the group of people who, the reporters and the photographers, we've kind of gone on this journey, if you're on long enough, that we've go back to, you know, I remember hearing about the Emmys and that they were a big dinner, you know, something. I think it was a banquet in New York. Never, and as the world turns, I don't think I ever showed up at one. I was only there on the show for a couple of years, but when they were in Radio City Music Hall, and so we've all gone on that. I remember there's this image I have of Michelle Stafford and Sharon, and that they're all leaving the ballroom over at you know, Radio City and up at the up on top of the Rockefeller Center. And the girls are walking down Fifth Avenue in their gowns and the ravages of the whole evening, and going to the drop box for the jewelry and just throwing. I was losing. All the losers.
Okay, so I have one story real quick. I was with Linda Dano, and we were walking from the Sheraton Hotel where the dinner went to Radio City. And she's in this long dress. Of course, I step on the back of the I stepped on, I'm like, oh my God, I stepped on Linda Dano's dress. Like, I was like,
be your best behavior. Yeah.
I was trying. But yes, Christian, thank you so much for being here and kicking off the show. And I love you and congratulations. I think this is great that you're with Eric in the category is so cool.
Yeah.
And
from the beginning, and thank you for having me. I don't forget how far back we go.
We have so much history, so many stories. The book is coming out in 10 years.
Yeah, when everyone's dead,
it's coming out.
I'll sign it and then go. But no, I mean, we've been through, and I include you in those people and those fellow travelers, and you know, we're up here and we're seeing each other and we're hale and healthy, and I love it. So thank you for inviting me, and thank everyone for watching and caring about this amazing medium that we have.
All right, Christian, I will see you soon. Okay.
All right, man. Take care, buddy.
Thank you so much. Camryn Grimes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So good to see you.
It's so good to see you. So great. I'm like still laughing.
Are you hearing a bounce back, or can you're hearing me okay?
No, I'm hearing you fine. I think I just got a ding. I'm on my husband's computer, so.
Well, congratulations for this Outstanding Supporting Actress nomination. Well deserved. She kind of went, Mariah, were you not like pulling your hair out in 2020? Now, let's just clarify for everyone.
Yeah.
This is for work in 2025.
Yeah. I think people forget because of the recent story stuff that this is like even further back than I mean, I remembered or realized. So I'm like, I'm trying to orient myself as well, being like, I know what? I've been doing that all day. I got back from Montana last night. My son, we were there for like 2 weeks. And I thought Matt Cain was calling me this morning. I did think it was weird that it was like 8:45 in the morning. I thought he was calling me because yesterday I emailed about a tattoo approval to work. So I was like, oh, wow, he really got back to me expediently. It's just so unexpected. I was like, what? No.
But you're a pro with this. You've been nominated before, and didn't you win?
I did. Yeah. I don't know how many nominations this is yet. I had a couple of people ask me. I was like, I don't know. I'm sort of like entering this very prepared. This was like extremely not at the forefront of my mind or expected. And I think it's interesting, like you just have some years that like you're like, oh, okay, like I'm sort of gearing for it and I'm really involved and I'm like I want it and I'm gunning for it. And then you have, I guess, years like this where you're like,
well, wait a minute. What,
right.
What was on your nominated reel? What landed you this nomination?
It was interesting back when we were sort of talking about it, and I was like, you know, I was on so infrequently, but I really gave it my all when I was, especially with what it was like. I was on like once every 2 months or 3 months, and that it would just be whatever those scenes where I was just a wreck as Mariah. Like I was just so I really tried to, when I could, as little I was on, make the story seem comprehensible and true to what Mariah was going through. So it was, I think, some scenes with Ray and some scenes with Sharon as this whole beginning of her kind of breaking down her mental facilities and her mental health. And you know, sometimes I think you choose to like tell a story with your reel, and sometimes you're like, you know exactly what you want. This was not that year. Like I needed outside help. I asked my husband, I asked Matt Kane. I was like, I don't know, what do you think? And so we just went, I just went with the scenes that I felt like. I started with the scenes that I felt like were strongest. So it wasn't I didn't tell a linear story.
You did, like, see, because you can tell a linear story, or you can do.
Yeah, and I have before. Like I think when I won, I was it 2017 or 2018? I'm not sure. I chose to do a linear story of Mariah coming out and all the stuff with Tessa. And this one, I was like, the story didn't make sense to me sometimes. So I doubt it's going to make sense to anybody. So I'm just going to choose the strongest scenes first. And honestly, I don't even know. I'm going to let other people have input.
Are you crying in the scenes?
When was I not crying?
That's the thing. But you know, crying.
I mean, let's be real. When was I not crying?
I was watching for the past 2 years, and I'm like, my God, she is crying in every.
Oh,
like, do you not get like? Are you not exhausted in the thing of crying, or are you able to just turn it off as an actress and walk off the set and be like, I feel fine?
I think for me, each time I went into work, I was so excited to be working,
right? That
it felt like that. It felt like that release, and it's like, okay, I don't know when I'm going to work again. I don't know when I'm going to, I don't know when I'm going to be able to continue the story, or if the story is going to continue. So I might as well just give it everything I've got while I'm here. And it was sort of my one opportunity to like flex a muscle that wasn't being used. And then I would come home and I would just mom. Like I would just then the 2 months that I wasn't working, I would just be a mom every day, stay at home mom.
So wasn't the thing that seeing that Ian Ward just set her off, like seeing it, like wasn't the whole thing like,
yeah. And I think that makes sense. I think, and I've said it in interviews before, I think that they're as good of a handle as you think you have on your mental health. There's always going to be things that come into your life and test it and shake it. And sometimes, you rise to those occasions, and sometimes they shake you and they set you back, and you have to kind of re-examine all the work that you've done and the person you've become. And that's kind of what I had at the base of everything. And then, a soap opera just takes it to the oomph level. Like it just takes it, out of the plane of like normal people. But that's in my mind, in my body, like what I try to root it and ground it in is like, is that struggle, is that re-examination of like, hey, maybe you're not as good as you thought you were.
I just think on shows, and I've said this in many things, I used to call it the Judith Light syndrome. They would see Judith could cry when she was Karen Bullock on One Life to Live so well.
Mhm.
So they'd go like, that actress, Camryn Grimes, she can cry so well. Let's give her more. You know what I mean?
It certainly felt like that at times. It was like, wait, you just bring me in here to just bawl my eyes out, and then I don't see you guys for months.
There's a question for you. How did you feel growing up in acting in 1970s and the Young Restless as two characters? Because you played two characters, right?
Yeah,
She was our favorite little Cassie.
I feel like it's been so lovely, and it's been so cool, because like Cassie, my first character, was a version of me at that time, and then it's a much smaller version, because her growth, of course, sadly, like, ended quite literally. But then when I came back as Mariah, I was a very different person. And so that new person that I got to inject into this new character and explore all the different aspects of like myself and what I had learned and how I had grown and my experiences. And it just became different very quickly and very naturally, because I was in a totally different space in my life, and I was a completely different person.
I just remember, we all remember Cassie's death. Like you do, like it's such a landmark thing.
Yeah.
So doesn't it follow you kind of everywhere? Even though
for sure. But I'm so happy that it does. Like I'm honored that it does. It's truly not something, I swear, that like I get sick of hearing from the audience or hearing from the fans, like how much that affected them. Not because I had much to do with it. And I really like, if you look at it, it's Sharon's story. It's Josh's story. It's the audience's story. Like I was on a hospital bed. I didn't have much to do. Like,
and they're acting, right? It's them acting around.
But and it's such an honor to have been a part of a story that was so connected to the audience and the fans, and then the trajectory of the show. I think the impact of it is bigger than the story itself, and where it sent all these pivotal characters that we're still watching to this day, that still are affected by it, as it should be, as it would be. So I never tire of people. I hope it follows me. I hope it's the epitaph on my grave, something like happy. I literally, my father, who never watched soaps, I remember when Cassie died, and we were in like visiting my grandparents in Florida or something, and the episode came on, and my mom watched YNR, my late mom watched YNR, and that's how I started watching it as a kid. And my dad watched this episode, and he's just bawling, and he has right, and it was because that's just how effective, if you take it out of context. Oh
and
yeah,
show it to somebody, it's such a standalone. Right?
Who wouldn't be affected by that? I mean, I am a parent now, and I can't get anywhere near, and I have not watched Hamnet. I can't watch that.
Right. Yeah.
I can't sit. No, I know. It's I can't go near it. If there's a show or there's a movie and it has something to deal with that subject matter, I'm out. Like I'll see Hamnet 10 years from now. I'll go, and it's probably an amazing movie. It's probably incredible. Don't need to see it. I'm good. So I can imagine that it just was very harrowing and effective for like a lot of people. My grandparents still cry when they watch it. If a clip is being played, they are crying. I'm like, I don't hear.
Because the music comes in too.
Oh yeah.
You're like, you're out.
Yeah.
You're done.
You see Josh falling apart, and I can't even do that in real life. If Josh or Sharon start crying in a scene, I'm crying.
I'm crying.
It doesn't matter if it's not called for in the script with my character. I'm crying.
You're done. It has been so lovely to see you. Congratulations on this.
Thank you
for taking the time on nomination day to talk with me. And we'll see each other hopefully in the fall.
Very soon, apparently. And now my schedule was wide open, and now I'm like, all right, I got a date on October 30th.
All right, good to see you, Camryn. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Scott Clifton is here. Your sound's off.
That's so funny. My sound was off, but do you know what I was trying to say while my sound was off? I was about to say, we have a history with technical issues is diplomatic. We have
That's a diplomatic thing to say, but there's
technical travesty.
Unless I'm wrong, Scott, this isn't your car. You're actually
Actually, Michael, I have to tell you, it is my car. I'm living in a van now, but I've souped it up really nice. And I just figure it's better for the commute,
I really love the curtain look in the car.
I know. Very 1960s, early 70s.
I like 60s. Hey, congratulations. I was going to write you a message. And then I was so glad that you were able to make it tonight, because you are this was such a deserving nomination. And I said that last year to you.
That means so much to me coming from you. And by the way, the invitation to join you on your show was the message. I mean, that was, it's an honor to be here talking with you, as it always is, but especially on a day like today.
It is. So tell me, you found out yesterday, actually, because they did lead actor yesterday, unless you didn't know till today.
No, and I was walking to my car, and I got a phone call from Bradley Bell, and I went, "Oh, this is either really good." The Emmys didn't even pop into my head. I had forgotten that they were going to be announcing them, and I thought this is either great news or really bad news. And it was great news. He was so cool. He was like, "I wanted to be the first to tell you. Has anyone told you?" It was a great way to find out.
So this was the year of the brain tumor.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we're all, just for the fans that are with us, we have to clarify that this is for 2025.
I know.
Right? So we just want everyone on the same page, because I know they're like, well, and I get where the fans are out too, if they're not in the business.
It's very confusing. I mean, if you don't know that the Emmys in 2026 are about the January 1st to December 31st, 2025, then sometimes you're going, wait, that actor didn't even have a storyline this year. Like, well, why would they be nominated for that? Or, it's very confusing.
So tell me, what did you end up submitting? Because I just remember I had like a handful of scenes in my head, but I want to know what you ended up picking.
Brad gave me the gift of a lifetime. I mean, he gave me the story that any actor would, just hope to ever see something like, in their lifetime. And so there was, obviously he provided me with so much material to choose from. And that was the hardest part. I was really happy with how it came out, and I was proud of some of the choices I made, and I was pleasantly surprised at the reaction to it. But when it came time to submitting an Emmy reel for it, I was going, oh my God, So I know, I'm an Emmy voter as well, and I know that Emmy voters really, really appreciate short and sweet. Don't waste their time. They got a lot of reels to watch, and so I just picked 3 scenes. And so you also have to, it's important to create a context so that, people aren't completely lost. But I picked the scene where Liam found out, where Finn and Steffi tell him, which doesn't seem like much, but it sets the stage. And then I picked the scene between myself and Don, where I don't tell him. And the scene prior is Liam saying, don't tell anyone. I don't want anyone to know about this. And then there's the scene in Il Giardino with Bill and Liam, and Liam is like telling him without telling him by saying, "I just want you to know how much I love you, you know, and how grateful I am to you." And then the final scene was I owe it all to Annika, but it was between Liam and Hope, and Hope kind of says, "I know," you know, and then they just have a conversation about. And it was such a lovely scene because they were just kind of talking about their lives, you know, and their daughters, and Liam talks about his mom, and it just felt so real to me that it seemed like the best way to close it out. And that was it. And then that's the whole reel. It's like 11 minutes.
One of the other great ones that I loved was when Grace, Cassandra Creech, and you guys find out and you rail at her like,
yeah,
how you've done this to me, you know. That was great too. Just saying,
you know, that Cassandra and I loved that scene. We were so proud of that scene, and we were like high-fiving, and we thought it worked out so well. And she like jumped, you know, and it was like we did one try, you know, it was like very organic. And but we got a lot of dissent online after that scene. I think fans found it distasteful, and so I decided I didn't want to. Didn't want it to be a distraction, but I was very proud of that scene too. Thank you for saying that.
It was amazing. Now, did you wear the beanie in most of those nominations?
I did. I think. Yep. In every one. I think in every one of those damn scenes.
Because at some point they explained it, right? That was our joke. Like at some point did they go, or was there not an explanation as to why?
Well, there's kind of a like
had a scar on his head. I don't know.
There's what's written in the script, and then there's the wardrobe department and the hair and makeup department, and we pull off a miracle every day. So there's not these like production meetings where they can deal with every tiny little thing like that. And so sometimes makeup is going, well, wait a minute, you would have a giant hole, like your head would be shaved here, you have a giant scar in the back of your head. If you don't want people to know that you have this tumor or whatever, you have to disguise that, so you have to wear a beanie, but it's not written anywhere in the document, because that's not the writer's job to think through that kind of stuff. And so we like come up with something on set, but you can't beat it to death, so we throw in like a little line or something. Like at one point, it's not in the Emmy reel, but at one point Annika comes in as Hope, and she's like, when did you join Nirvana or something like that, and so we poked fun at it, but we couldn't dwell on it either. So It was tricky.
But you did bring up a really big point. When you look at acting and all the different mediums, I really feel like what they gave you, I don't know any actor that, like, honestly, Scott, like, I've watched Daytime for a gazillion years at this point, and I'm like, I don't remember. As an actor, I would be like, oh my God, I get to do this. And then I get to do, like, right?
I don't know how I got so lucky, because, Emmys they're not about the best actor. They're about who was given the gift of the best storyline that they could also do justice to. And that's it, and it's about your choices and what you want to include. And, but I'm lucky to have been given that storyline. And I'm especially lucky because we talked about this behind the scenes. I thought it was my song too. I was supposed to die. That was the plan. And Brad, God bless him, is so honest and forthright. And he kind of mapped it all out for me. And then, and then the plan ended up changing, but it was supposed to be the unluckiest year of my professional life, and then it turned out to be the luckiest.
And now you've won 3 Emmys. The other gentlemen you're nominated with have also won Emmys. So you have Tristan, who's won twice. Have you communicated with him at all since?
Oh yeah, we've I almost can't tell you this. It comes out of his mouth, but yeah, it's been really, really great. And Lawrence too, and Heather.
And Lawrence. And Lawrence is going to be on the show tonight with us. This is his first nomination.
Yeah, long overdue, but yeah.
Long overdue. Heather, which is Miss Perennial, 6-time the Queen, I think.
Yeah, Heather, you just go, come on, give it. What
Heather,
are you doing?
And you're in, yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, so Steve Burton, who is wonderful, who you know, obviously.
Yeah. Steve taught me a lot about acting. I mean, I'll never admit that to him. Shh, Steve, go.
Sure.
Earmuffs.
This is why when you were Dylan, right?
yeah, I was on General Hospital. Of course,
you're an impressionable young actor.
I was naive. I was impressionable. I did whatever the mob story people told me
to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Eric Braeden is in your category. This is kind of insane.
I mean, how many people get to say, "Oh yeah, Eric and I"? Yeah, Eric and I. We're both nominated for it. Like that. That sounds like something I made up. It's pretty surreal.
Now, is your son Ford? Did you tell Ford?
Yeah.
How old is Ford now?
He's 10.
So okay. Yeah. So is he getting what's happening here?
Oh yeah. Well, he knew. It's because of Elle, my partner. I mean, I don't talk a lot, but it's the greatest thing because she bigs me up to my son, and she goes, "Do you know how talented your dad is? Do you know how handsome your dad is?" And I'm going, "Oh my God, stop! I can't handle it." But on the other hand, these are things I can never brag about anything to my son. That's lame, and I'm the dad. I'm not supposed to be cool. I'm always going to be lame to him. And to have this like person that loves us both in our lives that says, your dad might get nominated for an Emmy, and I'm going, hey, stop. I don't want to hear that, and she's going, no, but I think he's going to get nominated. So when it wasn't me that told him, it was Elle. And she said he got nominated today. And all he said was, yes. And then he went into his room. So, it was kind of perfect.
That's great. And Annika, has she congratulated you? Your fabulous scene partner?
She sent the most beautiful congratulations. And it was while I was still trying to figure out if they had announced her category. And it was in the middle of that conversation with her that she said no, and then the conversation turned into my rage at her not being recognized, because that whole story was just hers as it was mine. And my God, the way that she had to downplay so many things and keep the secret that she knew that I knew that she knew, and it was so. And when she at the end, that scene, I couldn't not include it, but it's more a scene about her and how hard this is for her than it was about Liam. And it blew me away that she wasn't recognized for it this year, but she will next year.
And you know who else was great? Was Don in that story.
Oh my God. I
Don actually, because he, you would see him because he loved his son, and it's all in his eyes, and he doesn't overplay it. And you never see Dollar Bill act this way. And when he, it was so touching, right?
The paradox of Don Diamont is that he is this stoic, manly man.
Right.
But you can't do a scene with him like that and not cry. It's because he is this like ultra dad, right? I mean, all those feelings, family. I mean, that's his, you get him started talking about his family and his history and his, siblings and sons, and it's all in there. So he is actively trying not to cry in all these scenes. That's what you're seeing, because it's so real to him, and it just makes you don't have to do anything in a scene with him. You just react.
Now, we've talked before. You are the record holder, having won in each of the male categories.
Allegedly.
Right? Allegedly.
I've been told.
Right? Right. So when you won younger, which is no longer a category, but back then when you were younger.
Yeah.
And then you won supporting, and then you won lead. Was each step of the way like, oh my God, or were you finally like, I won lead? Or was every one of them just as special to you along the way? How did you, or were you aiming for, I want to be in the lead? I want like
No. It wasn't that. It was that's a wonderful question, because it gives me a chance to say this or think out loud at you about this.
Yeah.
I was under 25 by the time I think I was like 24 or 25 when they gave me the award for younger, and that was all that was on the table. But at that time on Bold and Beautiful, Brad was really putting me front and center, and so the next time that I was nominated, or it was time to submit for something, there was this suggestion that because I'm in this lead storyline, I should submit for lead actor. And can I swear on your show?
You didn't say I would not say the F word if possible.
Okay. Well, I basically said F no. There's no way how presumptuous would I have to be to just go from younger and then skip to lead? Like I haven't earned that. It doesn't matter if you're in a lead storyline. I was not a leading actor yet. And I was very aware of that. And so my promise to myself and to Brad Bell and to everybody on B&B was that I will submit for lead once I win an Emmy, if that ever happens, for supporting. And if I win an Emmy for supporting, then and only then will I'd submit myself for lead. And that even then, it's only if it's a lead, if it makes sense to be considered lead. So that was sort of the progression to have won the first year that I submitted in lead. That did blow my mind. That was so surprising, and it felt I was so grateful and honored, but it also felt unearned, and I kind of carry that with me a little bit. But that was that was surprising.
I remember Cass Marie says, I remember that moment when he won lead and got the record for them all. His face was priceless. No,
I guess I can't. I can watch myself on television. Like I can watch, me as Liam. I cannot watch those Emmy speeches. I can't do it. I want to crawl under a rock and die. I've never once not felt mortified afterwards.
So now is it, we have a long wait till October, end of October. Is that because so do you enjoy being a nominee for the amount of months, or is it kind of agonizing, or
no, it's not agonizing. I think this is the best time. This is where it's Schrodinger's actor, right? I mean, nobody's won and nobody's lost. We've all both won and not won all at the same time. We're all equals. We're all in the same pool. We're all in it together for these few months. And I was saying this to Lawrence, just enjoy this time, because this time is the best time when there actually isn't any pressure. Where we all got past that first step, and it's a kind of community now, and we all get to do the interviews, and we get to talk about our process and be, pretentious actor types, and people get a glimpse into us. And I was saying, man, people are going to get to see a side of you that they've deserved to see for a long time, because you're going to have to be doing some press and stuff like that, and you deserve it. And so enjoy it. Whether you win or lose, this is the best part.
I mean, what was the hardest part of that entire cancer storyline, the head thing? What was the hardest part? Were you not exhausted, or were you good exhausted through it?
I was exhausted, but that didn't feel like a problem because the character's exhausted, right? I mean, I lost a lot of weight for that story, and I was, makeup a little bit helps, but I wanted to feel run down. I wanted to feel like I was kind of, walking uphill. But I'll tell you, I think the answer to your question, the hardest part, I got a note from Heather Tom one night. She had not a note, but she sent me a text. And I love her for this. And she said, "Where's the anger?" And I went, "What do you mean?" And she said, You're dying. Where's the anger? Play the anger. I want to see you angry. I want to see you angry with God, angry with the world. And that's not how it was being written. The way that I think Brad's vision of it was that here's a guy who's made a lot of mistakes and he's been really selfish, and this is his time to be selfless. And maybe he's selfless in a kind of overcorrective way where he could potentially end up hurting these people he loves by trying to not make it about him, right? But and I think that was the goal. But when Heather said that, I went, wow, I'm not playing any anger, at why is this, why me? And walking that tightrope, and figuring out who Liam is or should be in this situation, that was the hardest part.
At first I couldn't wrap my head around the resolution of it, that, oh my God, it was fake. She did this for $1 million. But then I'm like, wait a minute. There's horrific medical scams. There are people that somebody could actually perpetrate this. So as whacked, right? I was like, okay, wait.
Yeah. I mean, she obviously, rookie move. She could have gotten way more from Dollar Bill. $1 million? Come on, think bigger. But yeah, that was where the anger came in. I mean, I got that was, the angry part. But when the cancer was, for all intents and purposes, very real and very threatening. That's not how Liam handled it.
I think when Wyatt came back, did Wyatt find out that he paid $1 million to save his son? And he was like,
yeah, I know. I can see where you're going with that. $100 million for the diamond.
For you. It's been so great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I really wanted you to talk to you because it's one of my all-time favorite. Like it's an amazing performance. And I don't know what the reel looked like because I didn't see the reel, but I have, from the minute I saw that last in 2025, I was just like, wow, this is incredible work. I just loved it. It breaks my heart every time when I would see the scenes and even go back and watch them. I was so affected by it. And it's because of you. And that's what I'm going to leave you with, because I truly mean that. So I'm so glad you were able to come here. Congratulations. And I'll see you soon. Right? So.
Well, damn, if that's not something I could hang on my wall. Thank you, Michael. And it's a pleasure and an honor. And I will see you soon.
Hi, Arielle Prepetit. How are you from Beyond the Gates?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell me what happened today. You found out take me through the day. Like what happened?
So I was off today, technically from set. I had to do some other stuff for the show, but I had a slow morning and went to the gym. Like, it wasn't even on my mind, the nominations. Like, when I tell you, Michael, I was really so unprepared for this. Anyway, so it's 12 p.m. comes around. I'm like, oh my God, let me go on to see who I can congratulate, because this is so exciting. Our show is going to be nominated and so many people from our show is going to be nominated. So I'm scrolling and I'm like, yes, Trisha, yes, Timon. Like, it keeps going and going. I see Amber and I'm like, yes, Amber. And my name was last. And I literally go, and my partner was with me and she was like, what? And I was like, I think this is a mistake. Like, when I tell you, I was so shocked, and it was just not even a possibility in my brain for this to happen. it like I haven't been surprised in a very long time, and that was
Isn't
the
it
biggest
amazing
surprise.
to get a surprise, and it's a good
Yes,
surprise?
it was so good because I was truly so ready to congratulate all of my cast. Like I was even on the phone with my mom and was like, "Oh yeah, this person's gonna be nominated. This person, this person. I don't think this is my year, and that's fine." And she's like, "Yeah, you're probably right." Like she agreed with me.
Wait, your mom?
She was like, "Yeah, I bet another year." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not stressed at all." So we were both very surprised and just like, wow. And then, of course, my phone started blowing up, and I did go to the studio, and they did like a little celebration for the cast and crew, and it was really, really special.
15 nominations for Beyond the Gates. We all hoped, and we knew it had to be like a ton of nominations Beyond the Gates, right? It was
Yeah.
show.
Mhm.
I always say to people, like, in prime time, when they do the Emmys, the new show, like when The Pit came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
everybody went on like, I feel like now it's Beyond the Gates. They're the newcomers in this
Right.
thing, right? So you're
Right.
an emerging talent, the odd category, meaning the name of it,
Yeah.
emerging talent.
Yeah.
And there's some like eligibility factors to being able to be in that, right?
Right. Mhm.
So it's kind of an interesting group that you're nominated with.
Yeah.
Do you know everybody or not? You don't know,
I just know Amber.
right? You don't know Braden Bruner from General Hospital, Al Calderon, who used to be on Days of Our Lives, Alice Halsey, who used to be on Days of Our Lives, Matza, and Amber Michelle.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's really cool that they added this category because your first year on a soap is so much learning, and you're like, what is this thing? Like, how does this work? And it your brain hurts because it's just so new and it's so much. So to like celebrate those who like this is their first contract or that's I think that's really special, and I really, and you can only, I guess, go for it once.
Right. You're out of the right. You can't keep emerging.
Yeah.
You're that.
You
You're
keep
that.
emerging, but you
You
can't
can't.
keep
You
emerging,
So
you can emerge all you want.
You can. Tell me about the scenes you ended up submitting. What did you go with that landed you this nomination, and how did you make the decision on those particular scenes?
My scenes were kind of all over the place, and after the fact I was like, oh man, should I have stuck with one storyline? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? Like I really thought I was playing the game wrong. And so I ended up taking scenes from stuff with Naomi and Bill, like those first couple episodes. I think the first scene I picked was from episode 4, which was actually the very first thing we ever shot in the show ever, which was the argument I have with Bill in the park.
Outside.
The one and only time we were outside.
You're in the coat.
I'm in that coat. It's kind of
And
iconic, right?
Your hair's up.
Yes. That was the first thing we ever shot ever on this show. And that was the first thing I opened with because, I mean, a way to grab the viewer in with like, me cussing out my dad, essentially. So I started with that. I had stuff from Chelsea's kidnapping, when she feels like she can't help or do anything. And when I confront the kidnapper, I had stuff from when Naomi sues Bill. And so a lot of like lawyer jargony kind of scenes. And when I'm with the women who are suing Bill. And the pregnancy stuff with Jacob, I included that. So I really was like all over the map, but I picked those because I really felt like I really was proud of those scenes, like honestly, and it, everybody's hard on themselves, but like when I watch those scenes, I'm like, oh yeah, I really feel good about those because I was really in the moment, or like I really did what I came there to do, and I felt good about those. So they may be all over the place, but I still think those scenes tell you exactly who Naomi is, which I thought was really important because you really get a sense of who she is from these scenes and the things that are important to her and how passionate she is with her work and her family. So that's how I kind of concluded those scenes. I wanted you to get a grasp of who she was.
Did anybody have input, or did you just do it yourself?
Well, when it's your first year, you're like, what the heck am I supposed to do?
Right.
What am I supposed to do? So I showed my reel to Karla, and she showed me hers, and I cried, and I was like, it's so good. A couple people like had some tips about like make sure your first minute or so or 2 minutes is your best stuff, and make sure it grabs the audience's attention. Like make sure it like sucks you in right away. So I showed a couple of people the reels, and I went through it with the editor, and I went back and forth of like, should I keep this? Should I keep that? But I am happy with where it ended up being.
So now, will you have an acceptance speech ready, or how will you deal with the evening?
I mean, when I watch award shows,
doesn't it bother you? Do you like when they're like this and they take it out of their pocket? I don't.
No, I don't mind it, because I don't like when people are like, I didn't think this was going to happen, so I didn't write anything down. What do you mean? You have a 1 in 5 chance of winning. Like, you are nominated. There's a chance you are going to win. Come prepared. Like, I like to be prepared. So I'm always,
you have a 1 out of 6.
A 1 out of 6. That's still a percentage. That's still a chance. And I just feel like you should be prepared, because the last thing I want to do is get up there and be like, no one wants to hear you say, So I think I'll be prepared. Maybe not on like a piece of paper, but I don't like the phone either.
No, I don't like the phone.
Yeah.
No.
So maybe I'll take like a cute, stock piece of, paper or something.
Make a nice paper, have it ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have it ready to go. That's the other thing. Keep it small, have it ready to go. Yeah. Don't go digging. Yeah.
It's so nice to talk to you and get a few minutes with you to congratulate you. And I'm really thrilled to see your name.
Thank you.
Everybody beyond the gates. It's very, very obviously
very special.
Right? Yeah. They're saying index card. No, I think it should be like a parchment piece of paper, right?
Yeah, I'll put like a wallpaper design on the back so that people can look at something, Yeah. We'll make it fancy.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much. You as well. Thank you, Michael.
Mike Manning.
Hey, Michael, how are you?
Good to see you.
Very good to see you.
This is great news today. Outstanding Supporting Actor nominee. You're in the Emmy race again for yet another show. Tell me what happened when you found out, and what was your reaction to this? Obviously,
well, first and foremost, the fact that a brand new soap, the first new soap in 25 years, it has 15 nominations is just crazy.
16.
Oh, is it 16 now?
16.
6. Wow. Okay. So 16 nominations. The fact that is the case right now, I think in general, is breathing life into the daytime community. The fact that a brand new show on CBS is doing this well, I think is a good sign for everybody, for all of the other competing shows. It's like a rising tide lifts all ships. And then specifically for me, I didn't think that I was going to be nominated. And I know people say that like, oh, I'm so surprised. But I genuinely did not think that it was my year. And not that I wasn't proud of the material that we were putting up. I just didn't think it was my year. And so I walked into the hair and makeup room today, and I basically found out as soon as that happened, and I walked in and everybody's screaming, and our hair and makeup department was also nominated.
Yeah.
Amber's in the room, and she was nominated, and I think Tamara was in the room, and obviously her announcement was made yesterday. So, but everybody's screaming and yelling and cheering, and it was very much a party atmosphere, which was nice.
It's amazing. Can you tell me what scenes you did submit? What did you go with? Because we're talking to everybody here. It's very confusing to the fans because we're talking about 2025 and we're already far into 2026. So talk to me about what you ended up going with and why you decided on that.
Yeah. So based on my other years submitting, the advice that I got is you start with something emotionally powerful and then you tell a story. And that's what I try to do. So in the very beginning, Smitty is a reporter. And so my very first scene was in the police station with my glasses on, my Clark Kent reporter Smitty glasses.
Right.
And so I'm in the station, and I'm trying to figure out something about the crime. And then my very next scene is crying to Martin, because Martin, he has been hiding a secret from me, and he has been withholding information, and it's tearing our marriage apart. And so it was a very emotional, very dramatic, very like, please, you're breaking my heart right now. Tell me why, like, what is the disconnect? Why our marriage isn't gonna last. And then from that, I tried to tell the story of the happy times that they had together and the sad times that they had together, so that if somebody had never seen the show before, they at least knew the arc of the Martin Smitty storyline.
I wanted just to say one thing. I just have to say, the recent tornado episodes that we saw, the moment that, Martin was injured on the ground and Smitty finds him, I don't know why I just lost it. Like, I got so choked up, and it was because it was so touching in that moment. Just your eyes and this man that you love, and just there was a moment of, oh my God, I don't know if he's gonna be okay. And you played it so brilliantly, and it was not overdone, which was so lovely. Just, it was locked in. And I just remembered that. And that's what I think when I look back at the first year of it, about your scenes, they work so well because the way you play it is you feel for him, but you're not like crying your eyes out all over the place. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I never like to go into a scene, even if it's written in the script. I never like to say, okay, I have to cry in the scene, or I have to be this emotion, because in real life, we don't do that.
Right.
If you do cry, or if you do laugh, or if you do have these emotions, the camera's going to pick it up. The camera's very close. It's not theater where you're performing for row 100. And so for me, I've sort of made a deal with myself a long time ago that even if it's written that I have to cry, I'm never going to put that pressure on myself. Now, I want to do the work and connect it to my own heart and what I'm feeling, so that my body responds, and then I'm in the scene and I'm listening and I'm present, and hopefully that happens, and hopefully it's something the director wants or the writers want. But I never want to put that pressure on myself. And specifically with the tornado episodes, that day it was exhausting because there was so much going on. But I watched those episodes. I don't watch every episode, but I watched those episodes, and I was so incredibly proud of what everybody did. And it was so easy to have that reaction like you're talking about, because there was a tree came through the roof. Right. They built a tree. They built this rig where they pulled on this rope, and then a tree fell, and everybody in the room saw this giant thing that looked very much like a tree fall on the ground with a crash. There's fans going, there's leaves blowing, there's dirt in our eyes, and it felt like we were in a storm. And so that entire day, I think so many of those performances, like, I know that it was a pain in the butt for the producers and for everybody involved to actually, like, it probably took an enormous amount of work to make that happen. But I was so proud watching those episodes, and that reaction specifically, all I had to do was just stand there and be present and find somebody I cared about under this giant tree that just fell through the roof.
This part of Smitty, the part that he's married to Martin, they have 2 teenage children. They're 2 Black children. There's so much built in for this. And, we didn't know when you first started the show how it would reveal itself, right? So there's so much representation that kind of proudly falls on you in a way, like, right? And I know that that's important to you. And I know that your past Emmy win for The Bay, right, I remember your speech. So what do you think about all of this represents on Beyond the Gates and the character and what you're bringing to the table, and if you got to make an acceptance speech?
Yeah. Wow.
That's a lot, right? I just blah.
Yeah. Well, Michael, I just found out, so I don't have the speech prepared yet. But this type of representation, I mean, I can honestly say without a doubt that the Smitty Martin marriage with their 2 adopted kids is unlike anything there has ever been on daytime television. And daytime television is a genre that's from the birth of TV. Daytime soap operas used to be radio shows. And then as soon as Americans and the rest of the world, but specifically in the 50s, 60s, Americans started buying televisions and inviting television into their homes, into their living rooms, and these characters became a part of their lives. Daytime has been a part of the lives of so many people for decades, for over 75 years. And so the fact that we haven't had this type of representation yet, and then the fact that I get to be a part of, in some small way, a part of the show, and then a part of that type of representation, so that people can turn on the television that maybe weren't able to see themselves in these characters before, and now they can. It means the world to me. It really, really does. I'm so proud of the show. I feel like the universe just gave me such a blessing by inviting me, because you never know. And I took a gamble moving to Atlanta from this. I moved away from LA to Atlanta, and I didn't know anybody in this cast except for Karla. I knew Karla, but
Right.
She was really the only one. So you always wonder, who are these people? How are they going to work? Am I going to get along with everybody? Am I going to like my experience? And I took a gamble, and it really, really paid off. And I love every single day that I go to work.
Are you amazed at, like, it's kind of like we were talking about, the hot show is Beyond the Gates. It's like the thing that we're all talking about, right? I think it's partly because it is the new kid on the block. So that's with anything. But then what it all represents and what it's done in a short amount of time has just been really, and I've been doing this decades, and I haven't seen this, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would know better than I would about the types of barriers that the show is breaking, specifically in daytime. And I think, like I said in the beginning, I think that this show doing well and CBS putting as much firepower into the show as they are, I think is a good sign for any daytime show. And I think that the other shows, we had the YNR Beyond the Gates crossover, and the actors came up to our set and they said, "We are thrilled. Everybody on our show is thrilled. We are so happy that Beyond the Gates is doing well. We're so happy that, that there is new life being breathed into the daytime genre." And that's how we feel. And also, just with what we talked about before, the ability to create brand new characters from scratch. It's not like writers or producers or actors are jumping into shows that have been around for 40, right. 50, 60 years. When I was on Days of Our Lives, I felt I was a new character. I wasn't a recast, which was great because I got to create this character from scratch. But I was jumping into a machine that was already working. And with this show, we all came together and figured it out. And a lot of the cast had never done daytime before. So everybody's sort of figuring out the genre. The writers are figuring out the tone and figuring out what the show is. And everybody's just sort of trying things. And if they work, they stick with them. And if they don't, they change it up a little bit. And it was in the beginning, it was almost like the little engine that could. And then, I think now if you're on set now, it's so efficient. If you watch an episode now, everybody knows their characters and they know the tone and they know. I just think that it's always a gamble and you don't know if you're going to find the magic. And I think we found the magic.
I want to thank you so much for coming on for a few minutes, and congratulations. So well deserved. Really
Michael,
is.
Thank you. And thank you for always being a cheerleader for, the daytime community, because I don't need to tell you this. I think it's a really important piece in a lot of people's lives, and you do this for the fans and for the people that watch. And so thank you for having me on again.
Okay. Well, we will talk soon.
All right. Take care.
Let's see, Trisha. Hello.
Oh my goodness, Michael. Hi. How are you?
Hi. How are you? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're like all of us are like, oh, they have to have Trisha Mann-Grant nominated, please. Because it was so, we all know that Watch last year, was such an amazing, like, who is this woman? And what, right? Tell me what your reaction is to being nominated for supporting actress.
How many reactions, Michael? I have a billion of them. I mean, from excitement to being overwhelmed and overjoyed and shocked and happy.
Oh,
wait, hear me?
Wait.
Yes.
You.
You can. Okay, I see us. I see the both of us.
Screen.
Oh no! I see me at the top, but good Lord.
I don't know. Are you on your phone?
I am on my phone.
All right.
Yeah. I can try my iPad. You want me to try my iPad? I just don't want to waste because this is live.
Right.
Isn't this hard?
You're live on the black screen.
Oh no, honey. All right, we're gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. I tell you what. I am going to go out and come back in. Okay. All right. See you in a sec.
Okay. Going back to you guys, Gio in the breakdown of the nurse's ball, destroying an expensive musical instrument. I thought that was amazing. And he is nominated in emerging. And let's see. Congratulations, Trisha, for playing the scene-stealing antagonist BTG. Yes, we will tell her when she comes back. Scott, Heather, Steve, Camryn, Stacy, Timon, Trisha, Karla. So basically, beyond the gates. We knew you were getting nominated, Trisha. Yes, I was trying to tell her that. But I was surprised Elle got nominated for Hobby, but not Greg as Leo on Days. John is saying the scene where Leslie kicked Eve out, that was so fantastic. I'm trying to find out if that was on the reel. Alice Haldy's so happy. She was amazing on Days of Our Lives for a child actress. Amazing. I don't think there were many mistakes. The voters all voted for whom they wanted. Amanda Setton, she was amazing with the Geo reveal. Yes. And then we have a congratulations for Trisha. I posted on your Instagram page you were going to be nominated this year. We will ask her that. Let's see. She's coming back.
Back.
You're back.
See me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. So good to see you.
So good to see you. So you were telling me your reaction to finding out you were nominated.
Yes. Okay. So I was talking to one of the crew members and I'm sitting in the lobby and then all of a sudden I hear all of this excitement coming from the hair and makeup because that's the party room. I mean, that's where if you ever want some music and joy and hey, you just go in there. And so I hear all this screaming, and everybody's excited. And I said, okay, I'll be right back. And I went down there because I was nosy, and I had to find out what's happening.
Of course.
And I said, what happened? And then Tamara was on her way to set and she passes by me so eloquently and so very refined and regal. And she says, I got
where did you go?
Oh, can you see me? Are you
No.
there? I see you. Oh my God.
I'm seeing a black screen again. Do you have a timer on that or something?
No. My phone, I don't know what's going on. Because I checked the settings and I have Wi-Fi, so I'm good. Okay, you can't see me again, right?
No. I hear you though.
I see you and I see me. Good Lord.
Okay.
Okay. While I grab the iPad, I'm going to continue telling you this story because we're going to get this connection right. Okay. But so I was about to say Anita. Tamara walks by me and I'm like, I said, what's going on? She said, congratulations. And she said, we won. Well, not one. Listen to me. I'm already at the Emmys. She said, we've been nominated, and I was so happy. And then she said, "Congrats!" And I went in the room, and everybody's jumping up and down, and I started jumping up and down because they were jumping up and down. And I am going on my iPad as we speak, and I am going to pull you up from there because maybe I'll have a better connection from the iPad. I don't know. This is crazy.
I don't know. It shouldn't, though. Your phone should probably work good.
Yeah.
Don't work well.
Oh my goodness. How many people have you interviewed so far?
I've 5. You're number 6.
Oh my God. I'm number 6 with all these wonderful issues with this phone situation. Hi, everybody.
Hi, they're all so excited that you were nominated.
Oh my God.
So what did you submit in your scenes? What are the scenes?
Oh, let's see. I submitted the one where Tamara slaps the living taste out of my mouth. And
at the Dupree house?
Right. Let's see. Ask me which app to use. Just use whatever I have. So yeah, when I go to her house and she slaps me because I'm Leslie. She don't slap me, but she slaps Leslie. Because Leslie is being disrespectful.
Right.
And then I chose the scene where I'm in the mirror talking to myself, pretending to be Nicole, wearing all of Nicole's clothes and the mic. Here we go. It looks like I'm coming in. Good, like to access your microphone. Yes. So then I'll turn this one off.
Yeah.
Allow. I'm saying allow to everything. I don't know. This is looking good. This is actually looking really good. Let's see. Let me put my name in here. And then I used the scene at the, what do you call it? The anniversary when I blew up Ted's whole life.
Did you use the scene where you kicked Eva out?
And but I used a different one. I didn't use the one that I think she used. I used the one where I actually was very remorseful and we both cried. Oh, yay.
Okay, I'm removing this other one.
Off on the phone. And there we are. I should have done this from the beginning.
For looking at a black screen.
I gotta turn my flowers around. My daughter brought me these flowers. Isn't it beautiful? And she put the arrangement together. Oh wait, I gotta make sure this is off. Yeah, because I can still hear. Good Lord, let me just turn this whole phone off.
You should just turn it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the whole phone off because it keeps ringing anyway. Everybody's calling me and I love them to life. Okay. Whoo, there we go.
So we were talking that so the scenes were getting slapped by Anita, looking in the mirror, but being Nicole.
Yes.
Blowing up the marriage of Ted and Nicole with the at the country club. And you said there was a different part of the scene when Leslie kicks Eva out of the apartment, or no?
There's one where I actually am crying and not angry. There's one where we're like, and in each other's faces. And then there's one that's a more softer side of Leslie, a more motherly side. And so instead of showing 2 rage scenes, I decided to show something different. And then there was the scene where I tell Laura at the hospital and she's acting scared of me. I said, if I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead. And so then I laugh. I'm just kidding. And so that diabolical Leslie thing. And then the scene with Nicole in her home when I'm trying to get all teary-eyed because I just broke up her marriage and she goes, oh, cut the crap. And I go, okay. And I cut the crap. So those scenes are the ones.
Now, did you pick them all? Like, those are great scenes, all of them. Did you pick those yourself, or did people give you input, or how did you end up choosing?
Yes, 2 of our editors actually gave great input. And then my friend Charles, he's one of the editors, he came in and he's the one that said, Trish, do not use the scene where you're angry at Eva because you already just showed that you were angry with Tamara's character, with Anita. So use something that is more motherly. That was his suggestion, and I saw him today, and I said, "Thank you so much for that suggestion." And I don't, know one way or another how that made a difference, but hey, look, I'm here and nominated, thank God, and I'm grateful, and this is amazing. If you only knew, Michael, what I've been through. Just to get.
I know the parts of it you've shared with me.
Yeah.
Your story, the very rough times you've gone through.
Yeah.
But it is a life affirming thing that you can, good things can still happen.
Good things can happen. And for all of the creators out there, all of whether you're acting, writing, whatever you're doing, in fact, it doesn't even matter whether it's entertainment. I just want to encourage everyone watching right now that no matter what your goal is, no matter what it is you're trying to achieve, don't let the challenges stop you. It's okay if you slow down a little bit because you can always pick up the pace and keep going. But don't ever let it stop you, because it could be that very moment that you stop, and right around the corner is that open door that you've been hoping for all this time. So you guys, look, just use me as an example. And one day I'll tell more of my story and more, just so you all can be encouraged and know that even though in 2019 I was ready to stop, I didn't. And look, Michael, I'm here with you and talking to you about the Emmys. What?
So tell me, did you and Amber Michelle have a moment? I mean, I really feel it was the greatest mother-daughter duo, right? Of like soap operas in 2025 into 2026, particularly in 2025. What was it like? Did you two talk at all? About what happened?
Are you kidding? I first found out that she won, and I was super excited. In fact, let me go back a day.
Nominated.
So
one.
I keep saying that. You know what? I am speaking it into existence. I am going to claim that thing. Nominated. Thank you, Michael. When I found out she was nominated, I was jumping up and down. I was excited. And then within 30 seconds, someone said, "Trisha, you too." And then we both jumped up and down and hugged and just cried together and held each other and congratulated each other, and did it several times throughout the day, and took pictures and video. And I've always told this beautiful young lady from day one, you are such a solid actress. You're an amazing actress. And I'm excited for her future. Even Jasmine Burke, I'm excited for her future. Just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't think you could, I would have been railing if I would not have seen you and Amber nominated. To me, that had I was like, if that is not happening, they're going to hear from me. Whatever I can do in my work. But
Right.
I'm like, okay, that's there you go.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you for being in our corners.
Oh my God, of course.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting. I'm going to talk to Timon in a second here.
Uh-oh.
But he's a nominee too.
Yes, he is.
Nice to see 16 nominations for Beyond the Gates, and this getting the due that we all thought it would, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Did you say 16?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought we had 15. You're telling me we actually have 16?
I heard 16.
Okay, I'll take that. I just need to know which one it is, I know. So, let me give you a quick story about Timon.
Yeah.
15? Okay. So Timon, who I call Tree, that was his nickname for many years and still kind of is for the ones that know, we both come from Chicago. And we were in our very first George Tillman movie together. And he'll remember the name of it because it escapes me right now. But we did our very first movie in Chicago together, and that's where we met. So it has been a joy to watch his career throughout the years. And he better say it's a joy to watch mine.
Well, I am so glad to get a few moments with you.
Yes, thank you, Michael.
Really, congratulations on this.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you at the Emmy.
Absolutely. I'll see you there. Take
All right.
care. Be blessed. Bye.
So, Timon, did you hear us?
Hey.
Hey, so nice to see you again. Congratulations.
Thanks. Good to see you too.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
What a day for Beyond the Gates, right?
Yeah, man. It's been a day. It's been a day, Michael, and I cannot describe it. It's a good one though.
So you find out you're nominated for supporting actor.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you? Were you working today or no?
No, I was in my yard installing my pool cover. And I was just out there. When I get in my zone, when I get in like organizing things,
you're in it.
Yeah, I'm zoned in. It's like my happy place. I love doing that kind of stuff. And I was talking to my assistant, and my phone kept chiming. But that was, she and I were communicating about appointments for today and tomorrow and all that. And I was doing the pool cover by myself, and so I was just hurrying up so I can, finish up. It was hot. And then my phone rang, and it was my girlfriend and her daughter that told me, but my girlfriend was getting a dental treatment. So her daughter was trying to communicate to me, she's 14. She was like, hey, you did something. And I'm like, what? Because I was in work mode.
Right.
And that's when they let me know. And then the hair and makeup team and a bunch of everybody, after they found out, they called me and I answered FaceTime. I was a hot, sweaty mess. And then it started to sink in that, here we are. 3 years ago, you would have never convinced me that I'd be a Daytime Emmy nominated actor.
Yeah. Right.
I wouldn't have thought that. It's crazy.
I mean, and you've got Sean Dominic, Michael Grossaday, Roger Howarth, Mike Manning, and Lawrence St. Victor. It's a category. Like there's some good.
Yeah, some good stuff in there, man. So I mean, it just feels good for me to be in the conversation, man. Just another, in every field, there's a notch on the belt that people would like to achieve, if you will, and this is one of them. And it just feels good, Michael. I gotta say, man, it's hard for me to put into words. Like it's good. It's on the good realm. It's in that good realm, but it's like good, great, happy. It doesn't really encapsulate. It doesn't, really capture the essence of how I feel. Right. It's a new feeling.
Isn't it nice though to have something like that in your life at this point in your life where it's a real happy thing?
Yeah.
Like, what is that feeling? Like, I'm really like, it's an amazing feeling. And you've done, you're a very experienced actor. We were just talking about you, and you heard Trisha talk about a film you guys did together. I mean,
yeah, it was called Scenes for the Soul.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For the soul. But you've done, you're a very accomplished actor. You've done many, many things. For the daytime crew, they'd be like, oh, who's this guy? Like, but you've done a lot in your life.
Yeah.
So that makes this kind of all the more special. Can you tell me what scenes you submitted? What did you put in that landed you this nomination?
There were scenes with Bill and Vernon. There was a scene where it's already aired, so I can talk about it. A scene where Bill and Vernon are in Orphe jeans, and they're talking about how Bill had the bus boy kind of unalived. There was another scene where Bill basically confessed how he was in Bill's living room. He confessed to Vernon how he felt forced to do things and then was blamed for doing them. There's a scene, a quick clip where Danny pulls out the gun at Bill and Haley's wedding. And then there's another more endearing scene where Bill is talking to Danny about how he wishes that his wife hadn't lost the baby. And there's a scene after Bill's stroke where he's in the pre-living room talking to Vernon about how we're supposed to handle some more nefarious business, So yes, it was some pretty good stuff. I had a lot to choose from because Clifton Davis and Karla Mosley, and many of the cast, the ones who I've had more time with. Of course, I haven't been on camera with everyone as much as I have with other people, but they help challenge me. I know they're going to bring it, so I want to really, really, really do a good job in those scenes. I prepare for every scene, but just there's certain scenes with certain characters, you know, and characters and actors in a certain scene. Like when Bill and Danny, or Timon, Kyle, Durrett, and Karla Mosley have a scene, Karla and I have a really cool rapport, but the way we play off of each other, depending on the scene, it makes it fun. And I want to go in there. You know, it's something that you're really excited about. So you really want to get it. And those were the scenes that I chose, the ones that I remember feeling, just the ones that made me really feel it. And it was heavy, or it was sad, or it was happy, or it was angry. And it just felt the weight of it, everything that happened in those scenes. So those are the scenes that I chose those scenes for those reasons.
There's one scene I have to ask you about that sticks in my mind, and I don't remember where it fell, if it was in the LGBT or not. But there was that scene with you and Tamara Tooney.
Mm-hmm.
It was with the cancer. She had cancer, and she's
at the living room.
Was, oh my God, it was one of my favorite scenes you've ever done.
Yeah.
Because he was good guy Bill, and he was there for her, and he didn't really say that much. He knew what she, right? He was.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you remember that scene?
I remember it vividly because I drew from, my mother passed away from cancer 25 years ago this January.
So sorry.
And I remember, thank you. And I remember just, sometimes when people are, I guess, losing a little bit of control over themselves, they try to overcompensate to show that they're still capable, even though they're infirm or they're not their best. And I remember sitting down and having a conversation with my mother, because at the time it was just my mother, my mother, my sister, and my niece, 3 generations of women in our family. And I remember sitting my mother down, telling her, "Look, I'm here to help you. I can be tired and worn down and all that. You can't. And if you need my help, you need to tell me." And I remember telling my mother that. And I remember in that scene, it choked me up a little bit, because when I read it, I said this, not verbatim, but I said this. I had a conversation with my mother, but it wasn't in the living room. It was in our kitchen.
It was so, I mean, the two of you in that scene was very locked in, and it wasn't over, it wasn't overdone.
Yeah.
It was very like, she appreciated him and she got her, and it was so nicely played. A comment for you, Timon. You exude such a commanding presence portraying Bill. You've assembled a solid reel. Congratulations on this deserved nomination.
Oh man, thank you. Whoever wrote that, thank you so much.
Timon did some solid work. A well-deserved nomination. These are fans that are with us in the chat.
Wow, thank you.
I was going to say, I remember back when we first talked, it was you and Marquita did an interview with me, and I asked you then. I said, so you think Bill still loves Danny? And you go, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here we are, like the year and a half later, and you end up in the elevator or the and you kind of knew, right? There's got to be a moment where these two are gonna, like, passion explodes between them.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very interesting, what happens from here.
Yeah.
But what can you say about working with Karla? Like you said, what has it been like for you?
She is cool as ice cream, sweet as candy, smart as a MacBook Pro, and she's fun. She's a consummate professional. Like, when she's always, even on days like we have those long days sometimes, and she's tired but cheerful. And she knows how to play. It's like if you're part of a sport, and let's say you got 2 guys who know how to play basketball, and they've never played before, but they're out in the park and they say, hey, and they realize, oh, this guy can play, or this young lady can play, or whatever. And so you start to do things, and just, it's like you want to stretch yourself a little bit, because I know that you can play this well with me. And that's how it always is with Karla. She is I love working with her, man. She's always super awesome.
And she's coming on later, and this is her first nomination too. which
I'm
is
so surprising to me because she's super talented.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shocking. So look at what Beyond the Gates has done here. So many nominations. We thought this would be, we hoped, all of us, that it would get the nominations it deserved. Those of us that watch the show and see what they're doing and being the new kid on the block and energizing this whole Emmy thing a little more. It's always great to have a new show in it. Collectively, I was just stunned by every category's got mostly Beyond the Gates people in it.
Hey, I gotta love it.
Did you think the cast, once you got there and saw, were you like, this is like an A-list cast? There's a lot of newcomers, but there are people that,
Yeah, I worked with Tamara Tooney on one film. I think it was 2018. A few people I'd known, but I recognized their work, like Keith Robinson. I've known him for a while. I recognize his work. Of course, Clifton Davis, a veteran, and that's an understatement. I mean, the guy he's awesome. I love working with him. And Tamara is a powerhouse. I hadn't met Karla and Daphne and many of the others, like Trisha. She and I have been friends for over 30 years. And the things that I've seen her in, I've always known how talented she is. But I didn't know a lot of the people. But when I started working with them, there was a spark within everyone there. But there were certain ones that I had never seen, and I've never met, and I'd never seen them in anything. And they said this was their first job, and I was like, really, this one is? And it was just surprising to me because their level of professionalism and an understanding, especially the younger ones. I can say the younger ones, they're in their 20s and 30s, but the younger ones, they're so much more adept than my counterparts when I was in my late 20s, early 30s, in the early 2000s when I first moved to LA. And I thought that they had been working a lot. And so when I saw that, I said, okay, so we've got some good stuff here. And it's a comfort feeling when you've been in it. It's like going to the playground and saying, okay, there's some people here who can play, and you want to enjoy the play,
Sean Freeman. He's like, I love that I think you guys did a video on Instagram, the three of you, with Karla. So funny. But like the combatants, right? For the love of her. He's really kind of like taken off, right? He popped on the screen. We've never seen him before. In the daytime community, but he's an example of somebody that's, kind of made his mark. So will you have an acceptance speech on a piece of paper?
I thought about doing the little thing and tell people to take a screenshot. Sometimes I like to just fly from the hip. I mean, shoot from the hip, just fly, just go with the wind, if you will. It just feels better. Because when I try to, I don't like to read. When I try to remember things, I like to remember the essence of it. If I gave you a scene in a show and you kind of ad-libbed a little bit, I just like to have the essence. I mean, it's pretty basic. What I would like to say, I won't like to be long-winded because I can go on forever if I start talking. But I will have my notes, but I won't read it. And the whole pick it up.
You'll write them on your hand.
No, it's not. I'll have my notes, but I just like it to be brief. And, I'm saying that now, but I might come up with another idea.
I know we were really debating whether it's good to have a note on something or people pulling out of their pocket or the phone I don't love, or is it better to have it so you don't fumble up there? I kind of would do what you were thinking, and I would hope I could kind of say it.
Yeah. Just rehearse what you'd say. Because if you try to, I don't know what that, just being there, if let's say that were to happen, you get up there and then now it's even real. It's like right now, it's the realness of it that I'm so taken aback by. Like, I'm like, man, really, really pushed, worked really hard. And now here I am. And you have a goal in mind or some sort of aspiration, achievement that you want to see come be made manifest in you to be here. So when I'm just in the building, just being nominated I didn't know how I was going to feel, and I still don't know how I feel right now. So I'll make sure I'm very thoughtful, and I'll have my cliff notes so that I don't go up there and stumble, because I've done that before. And I'm like, okay, now I'm up here. I got all this stuff in my head, and it's not coming out because my feelings are involved. And, you know, the energy is involved. The faces in the audience looking up at you. You know, people that you've seen on television for years cheering for you and things like that. It throws you off. So I will have my notes.
The other thing is, you know, what's the face that? What if you the lose face? Is it if you? Well, you know what is the if you were to lose instead of win, and they go to a shot, do you go?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be angry. I mean, for me, I've won, because at this stage right now, I you know, the nomination will always be there, no matter what the outcome in October. So I feel like I've won. Like right now, I feel like I'm the conference champion. Yeah. In a sport, and the big game is coming up, and we'll see. But I take my hat off to everyone to be in this conversation. I take a hat off to all the guys, and I don't really know the other guys. But Mike Manning and I were really solid, and I wish him well too. I mean, he really works hard. There are days when, you know, people see the final result on television, but we really put in a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of study time. And he's a, you know, consummate professional. He puts in the work. He comes in and, you know, he does his thing. So, you know, hats off to him and everyone else. But, you know, I will have the best lose face. You know, the hand movement, but no noise. Yeah.
Couple comments for you. Bill is my favorite character from Beyond the Gates. Thank you for bringing him to life.
Oh man, that's cool.
I mean, that's so nice. Peter says, "What a humble man." Karla and Timon have such good scene partners. They deserve the old school version of Monica and Alan and Victor and Nikki. So that's great. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know, this show represents Black excellence. Has done all of this stuff that hasn't been represented properly on soap operas.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like it now? Like when you're in it, like, look at what we're doing. Do you have that feeling still? Or is it kind of like, I'm going to work at Beyond the Gates? And
there's a job aspect to it, because it has to be the prep work going in, and, you know, you got it. There's a system, you know, it's just like any other job. You can go in and have fun, but there is a work aspect to it. And there's a lot of representation there, and there's room for even more, because the story can just go. You know, a human's story, if put in a book, would probably be 100 feet tall. So there's a lot of ways that we can, you know, continue to stretch and move that representation in so many ways. But yeah, I feel that we have just the expansive nature of the cast and where everyone's going and how the characters handle things in a way that some people may not know. It's not, you know, not necessarily racial, not to get into that, but it's a cultural thing. Little nuances that we like to bring and insert into the dialogue or insert into the scene to say, hey, this is what people who look and talk and worship and drink and eat and dress like us will relate to. And so we have that opportunity. We've been doing it, but the opportunity to keep doing it is what's exciting to me.
It has been so great to talk to you. I am really, I'm so happy that you were nominated. I feel it's so deserved.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. So we'll see.
We'll see you soon.
Man.
All right. Have a good night. Thank you so much.
You too, Mike. Thank you.
Here is Sean. Sean.
Now I hear you.
Well, congratulations, Sean.
Thank you, kind sir.
How fun. This is great. What happened when you found out you were a supporting actor nominee?
I had some friends in town from Miami, and we were all headed to the park because we all have little ones, and that's when I found out, and I was like, oh, wow! It was hard for me to process it because I was heading to meet my friends at a park, so I'm still trying to process it.
I know. So what scenes did you end up submitting that landed you this nomination? What did you go with, and how did you kind of decide?
I thought my strongest scenes were the breakup with Audra, Nate and Audra's breakup. We had some really good scenes in the park that were very emotional, that I thought would hopefully get me a nom. You know.
And that's amazing. So it's basically Audra and you.
Yeah, because it was after the whole my brother coming to town, finding out who he was, getting a blood test, getting excited about that. Then he goes away and gets murdered.
Right.
And so I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with his mom who has cancer, who I've come close to, and then finding out Audra is lying to me about stuff as well. It just sent I felt like it sent Nate over, you know, and we really hit some emotional boiling points in those scenes.
Which was nice to finally see him, like he wasn't steady Nate.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
He was like,
yeah,
was really challenged by what was happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah.
So Y&R led the nominations today. There were 8 of them. I mean, it's an incredible category you're in. You've got Timon, Durrett, Michael Grossaday, Roger Howarth, Mike Mann, Lauren St. Victor. You've got 3 of you from Y&R.
Yeah, it is.
Did you guys congratulate each other? Have you touched base with different people?
I was actually hanging out with Grossaday at we were at a bar close to where he lives. A bunch of us, me, him, Brighton, Connor, who's on Days of Our Lives now. We were hanging watching the France and Spain match in soccer.
So I have to ask you about that because I've been following everything, but I've been busy with the Emmys. When it was Spain 2-0. What happened? Who won?
2-0. It stayed that way.
Well, my team's Argentina, so that's
okay. Spain is a beast right now.
And I'm shocked that they beat France, but I could see
easily. Them. I was like,
I know. So we were talking with Timon about, would you prepare a speech? How would you go into the Emmy night? Would you prepare?
Man, I'm trying to figure that out right now.
we're like off a piece of paper, your phone, or do you wing it?
Like before you even get to the point, you have these dreams, these like daydreams of like, man, you know, if I was to win, you know, an award, you think like I would come with these raw like emotions and feelings and say these poignant words, and I'm like, I ain't gonna remember half the stuff I'm thinking about. So I think I would write some stuff down, more of the thank yous, and make sure I have everyone's names down that I want to thank. You know, that would be the biggest thing, and I would probably say something off the cuff. You know, something from love, of course. You know,
if this is really cool, right? Like did you feel it was unexpected, or did you think maybe you had a shot?
You wanted to really know? No. I was like, I honestly thought I had a shot. I thought the scene was pretty powerful. Just from seeing throughout the years of people winning, and seeing some of their work. I even like last year, I even had 2 of our guys, Peter and Grossaday, send me their reels just to see how they did it. You know, I'm like, is there something I'm missing? You know, and so all of that helped.
That's great.
But I kind of, it was sitting there. I was like, I think this can work. You know, you never know ultimately, but I thought it could work.
Right. So who else did you hear from today? Like who's been calling? Like what's happening?
Man, everybody. Yeah. I haven't been able to respond to half the folks, more than half, because I've been like busy today too. Like it's just been a lot going on today. So I'm trying to respond to everyone. So give me time, guys. It's taking a minute.
Time. He needs time. There's like too many. There's a lot. Yeah. I mean, what do you think about Nate, though? Like, what's your kind of takeaway of what he's all about? Like, now that you kind of lived in him for a while, is he a good guy? Because he's done some not so good things too. But now
I don't know what necessarily a good guy is, but I think he always tries to come from a place of truth and honesty. And you know, like even with let's say the family's company where he got on his high horse and thought he could take it and run it. He really thought that they are running this company wrong. I think I can take this to the next level, not take it from my family, just lead them where I think this company should go. You know, kind of the surgeon. I know I'm Mr. Know-it-all type thing, you know. But I think he's a solid dude who means well. That's what I think.
A question for you. Would you love to work with the legendary Tanya Lee Williams?
Tanya, is that Olivia?
Yes.
Of course, man. Of course. When I first came on, I was always talking to our the higher ups. You know, can we get Olivia back? You know, and they were like, we're working on it. We're working on it. So from what I hear, she's too busy to come back.
Yeah,
that's from what I hear. Yeah.
So as we wrap, what would you still love to have happen to Nate? Now I know he's a doctor, so right.
No, not now. Yet. Not yet. We're the surgery. Yeah. We're about to have a surgery.
We're about to have the surgery.
We'll see where that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it was great to talk to you. Thank you for popping on.
Thank you for having me.
It was really nice to see you.
Oh man, great to be here, dude. Thank you very much, Michael.
Hello.
Hi. I feel bad.
We're okay. Everybody's having this problem. I don't know. It's usually not happening.
I'm so sorry. You know, and in fact, I was sitting here judging Sean. I'm like, oh, he's such an old. I'm kidding. Like, oh, he can't get it together.
He cannot get it together, and then we.
No, I'm kidding. I wasn't.
Oh, it's so good to see you, and thank you for.
So great to see you, Michael.
So good to see you. Congratulations. Another wonderful nomination for you, you know, in lead actress. So what did you end up submitting this year? I know there was a lot of good stuff, wasn't there, in 2025, I think, for you, right?
Yes, I really like Phyllis is all over the place and wild and woolly, right? The aftermath of being in the jail cell, not the hospital's room with Sharon. Not that aftermath when Phyllis was losing her mind.
Right, in the aftermath of it.
Mm-hmm. Just the aftermath. Yeah, I didn't submit anything in that cell stuff, but afterward when she was having panic attacks and you know, and then a very you know, I always love it when you can see into the character's soul. I always love those shows, and I had one show like that this year with Michael Damian, where after she crashes the bachelorette party, she has a conversation with him, and it's really lovely. It's those moments, I think those moments when you can see into the character's soul are really cool. So anyway,
those are great. I do remember clearly that scene with Michael Damian. I don't think up into isn't it up in the G Athletic Club in the upstairs?
No, it's at the bar. It's at the bar. She walks down. Yeah, it's at the bar. I'm laughing because both of those shows were so funny to me because she crashed both parties. And one of them, that there was this whole speech. I'm like, God, what kind of party is this? And I look at the group and it's like, you know, Brighton and Sean and Michael Damian standing there. She's talking to Christian Michael Baldwin. She goes, what kind of party is this? And I added in, there aren't even strippers.
That's brilliant.
Like I like how I like laughing at my own stuff, but I mean I remember like those are the little I didn't include that, but I just remembered that's why I was laughing.
That is so funny. But you've got such a handle. What's great about it is you have such a handle on the character of Phyllis because she's such a complex character, and you've been able to just like tap into all these things, and so it's just I don't know how you do it. She's a very complex character.
She's very complex, and it's not me. You know, it's like it's a collaborative endeavor. You know, it's the way the director and it's definitely the writing. It's definitely the viewpoint of Josh. The viewpoint that he's had of the character in the last 4 years has been really, and I've said this before, like she is like every day hanging from a cliff.
She is. She is. And she's out for like this whole thing with Victor that's played out in the company. Like all of these scenes, she's just, I feel like she's just on the edge or like ready to explode.
She is on the edge, but you know, that whole like taking over the company, I did that for the women out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I did that, like a lot of those speeches, I was like, you know what? I'm doing this for the ladies who are watching, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sure many women could relate.
And you also say, like, I don't want to always be, I want to win. I want to win this time. You know, like you would say things like that as a character, like, why should you not, why can't you do this? Why can't I have this win? I don't, you know? Right?
Yeah. I mean, it was true. Like the Newmans have been, especially, I mean, obviously Victor has been just a tyrant in business. And so why can't she be one too? Yeah, that is a very, very profound statement. And it's something that women in business can relate to.
You have won 3 Emmys now, you know, and I think, was this your 11th? Do I have that right? I feel it's like 11.
You know, that's so funny. That's so funny. My mom and my sister came over last night. They said, what number is this for you? And I said, you know what? I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God, how arrogant. You know, those people who go, I don't know. I've lost count. But my sister looked it up and it's number 14.
Oh, it's even more. Oh my God.
Damn.
14? You're becoming the Meryl Streep of daytime.
No, but I had no idea. Like that, like, damn, I should lead with that.
You should be. I'm a 14-time nominee and a 3-time.
I mean, I should have parties with that. It's, you know, listen, it's really, I say this every time, and freaking Eileen last year accused me of lying, but I'm always surprised. Eileen, like she said it in a joking way. She's like, I don't believe you that you're surprised. I'm like, yeah, I always am surprised. Always like, oh my God, wow. You know, you put something together. It's kind of fun. I kind of find it to be enjoyable to put a reel together, even though like most of the time I'm going, oh, I missed that beat. Oh, this is shit. Oh God, I should have prepared, you know, like I'm criticizing my work, but in the grand scheme, you know, it's a fun time, you know, and I love helping other people. Like I just heard Sean and he was like, I gave it to Peter and Grimes. I'm like, what? She gave it to me.
I'm Michelle Stafford, a 14-time Emmy nominee.
No, like, damn, I would have helped you. Anyway, I do like to help people with their reels.
Well, Michelle, how do you decide on what goes on your reel? Peter asks. How do you decide? Oh,
just something that I like. really. I mean, it just comes down to that. It's just something that I think is good. And if I don't think it's, presentable, I won't submit, because I haven't submitted many times.
Right. Now, this year, you've got Karla Mosley and Stacey Hyduke, Heather Tamara Tooney. It's a good group, right?
It's like, so great. Oh my gosh. I was like thinking of I'm like, oh, that's a good lunch. That's a fun lunch. That's a fun, right? That's a fun lunch with a lot of laughing. And yes.
And Christian was nominated for the first time in several years. We had him on earlier. Which is so nice to see. I know he's your buddy, so
yeah,
that was nice. And what can you
Very
say
nice.
Eric Braeden getting nominated? Who's I love Eric, you know that. So
I mean, we all do. I'm so happy both of them were nominated. I'm so happy. I know what they submitted. It's just Eric is very good, and working with him so closely this year has been a really fun experience, and we found, our thing. And there's a lot to say about it. It's been very enjoyable to work with him, and Christian's just they're both so good.
They're both so good. No, I was just going to say that about you and Eric. It's like, oh my God, it's like the Eric Braeden and you together, and you've gotten a lot of scenes with him, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that he's being recognized now at this part of where he is at his career too.
Yeah.
I think that's
I think he was nominated 2 years ago as well.
He was.
Yeah.
He was. So now what about the dress? We talk about this is fun for you, right? You like the whole thing.
Listen. Michael, I'm going to be honest.
Yes, Phil. Yes, Michael.
I'm at a certain age.
We all are. I'm older.
And I just feel like I just want to, really my attitude right now is so fuck it. You know what I mean? I just wear what the hell you want. And I'm looking at a few, and I need to do a juice fast and, and go to the gym a lot to wear these particular dresses. Like Cynthia, who does my makeup, and I were looking through dresses because she's nominated too. She's the loveliest. And we're looking through dresses, and I'm like, oh, look at this. And she's like, oh, no. And I said, I got to start working out now. So it's fun. It's a fun party. We're princesses for the night, right? All of us.
Everybody.
We're all princesses for the night, and it's a fun time. So I'll wear something that hopefully I look good in. But I'm gonna start getting my bits correct.
Your bits correct. I love her chemistry with her son Daniel. They always have me convinced they're real, mother and son amazing. Well, Michael Grossaday was nominated as well. And you guys are one of the greatest mother-sons on television, right? Like you guys are.
I think so, but I love the thing that we created. I just love it. I love that she's so inappropriate with her son. I love that she thinks his playing guitar is the most ridiculous thing to want to do. All the scenes where he's playing guitar, I'm just I just think it's ridiculous. And why do you not want to work? All the little nuances in our relationship, I love so much.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's always, it's not an Emmy nomination show without you, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
I love getting the chance.
Hope it continues to be.
Yes, in your 27th nomination.
God. Oh, man. Thank you for having me, Michael. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. See you soon.
Mwah. Big kisses.
Bye. Okay. I'm scared. You can't hear? Hello? Wait, you're frozen? You're not ready. I'm removing you.
Working now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yes. So strange.
I don't know why I'm haunted tonight. I do this every year. Never.
No, you're amazing. I
Hi,
appreciate it.
Christopher,
Thank you.
Sean.
Hi, Michael Fairman. Great to see you.
So great to see you. Congratulations on the guest performer nomination.
Thank you. Wow, what a moment. It's first time for me. Not 27th like others, you know?
I find that hard to believe. So in all this time, this is your first nomination?
My very first nomination.
Wow. Okay. I wanted this to happen for you, as you know, because you did this beautiful work. I'm assuming you submitted the scenes at the funeral?
Yeah, so I submitted Paul's lowest moments and Paul's highest moments, meaning the eulogy with John Black, his father, my hero, Drake, and Paul getting married to Andrew. So it was two very, very opposite ends of his life, but what a great culmination of 12 years.
What an amazing culmination of 12 years, and what beautiful scenes. As I told everybody, and Christopher, that eulogy for his father, for John. Oh my God. I can't watch it all the time because it makes me cry.
Yeah, I still do.
Right?
I mean, even talking about it now, I have so much love for Drake, and you know, I've got him here on my wall, and every day I wake up and I try to make him proud, and that's why it's hard to talk about it, but I feel that, you know, my life is on the path that I am because of him being my role model, because of him loving and guiding me, because of everything that he's taught me on and off set.
I think about him so much, many, many times I do. I miss his friendship. I watch when I see when I see Days of Our Lives, when I look at things, I have such fond memories of this man, and like amazing memories of him, and fun memories of him. And the one thing I will say that we talked about when you were so kind to do the tribute show we did to Drake, that monologue, that eulogy really was the perfect. I just think it was so well written and so well done. And if you just take it in, if you just watch that, you kind of know what's going on if you don't know the whole thing, right? Taken out of context, it's so beautiful. When you did those scenes, did you come away with it feeling like, I don't know what the feeling must have been like for you, like I nailed it, or were you just so emotionally raw? Like what happened after they yelled cut?
Yeah, you know, in studying for the lines, I had been texting back and forth with Drake, and I was pretty angry, because I felt that we shouldn't exploit this, but Drake was so attached to the fan base that when Ken Corday spoke with him and gave him the permission to allow the fans to grieve with us, that's when I said, okay, well, if that's what he wants, then I'm gonna full-throatedly go for it. And yeah, there in the monologue, I'd read it, and without asking the writers, I added a few lines, and they allowed me to keep them. So I got the improv a little bit in that monologue. And
can I ask you what you added?
Yeah, there was a moment when we talk a little bit about you know, Drake getting the black eye before his wedding with Marlena. And I said, you know, oh, he's stubborn. He did it. And I was like, I'm kidding. He would never have done that. It was actually it was my fault. And I took blame because I'm not going to blame Drake for anything. And on top of that, there was a line that said, anytime I see a rainbow in the sky.
Oh.
And I said, and a baseball up high or a rainbow in the sky. And because I wanted to attribute baseball to Drake. So I added those couple lines there, and it was already perfect. But that was my nod to Drake, and I was raw. I'm still hurting. I love him. It's still not easy to talk about. I have a frog in my throat now, even trying to go through it. But we all loved him, and there's not a person I know who didn't love him as much as they love Dick Van Dyke. He lights up any room he's a part of. He's the most gentleman of all, and I would not be here again without Drake. So,
were you you said, because I know he gave the blessing to kill off the character of John in the funeral. He was still alive. Were you you said you were texting him while you were filming these, or?
No, not while I was filming, just prior. Just prior to that. Like, he obviously at that point, the text had diminished quite a bit. So, I messaged. Sorry. Yeah, just checking in on him. How you doing, man? How's everything going? Thinking about you. Love you. Same. Just trying to give him strength and delusional optimism on my part. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be great. If anyone can do this, the legend John Black can do this, right? So that was kind of just me checking in as much as I could with him.
You've had such a interesting ride on this show, and you were John Black's son. You were a baseball player on the show. He was a baseball player. Like, there's so many, right? Like, there's so much. You got to play a LGBTQ character on the show. He had a gay son. Like, there was so many layers that they gave this character that he's become so beloved. So when Paul is hurting, we are all, we want him to be happy. We want him to have the love of his life, and we want him to, I can't tell you. I mean, I don't know what'll happen, but it was exquisite, because it's real life meeting fiction, right? Like, it's all
there was not a moment I was acting, not at all. That was the most pure moment of my life, being able to say goodbye, because none of us got to see him. So that was my way. I couldn't even look at his. They had a beautiful image of him sitting over the casket, but I couldn't look at it. Anytime I did, I would crack, and I was like, I'm gonna break. I can't break. I have to stay. I have to be able to get these words out.
What was the reaction from the cast? So you do your eulogy, you do that. Did people come up to you after you filmed it? Like, what happened there at that time?
I think it was the most honest moment between a family on set that I've ever been witnessed or been a part of. Everybody came and gave me a hug and their condolences. And it truly was, even though we weren't there with Drake, we were sharing that moment with him separately, parallel, at the studio. And we all gave each other support and love.
And then you have the wedding, and you and Colton Little get to do the wedding. And that was a really big moment too.
Yeah. Paul finally got married. First time too.
He got married, but he had a moment where he was missing his dad in it. Remember? Didn't he say something about?
Yeah, he attributes everything in his life to how he has truly found happiness now, and not just because of John, but also everyone that John surrounded himself with. Marlena and Patch, and everybody. He acknowledges the leadership, the guidance, the love, the mentorship of every person, not just John, but everyone surrounding John, and the relationship that he had, and him finally finding himself because of John. So I had to also add that as well.
And then now we've all been talking about, would you have an acceptance speech written, or would you wing it?
Yeah, I think there's too many people in my life. Out of the 22 years I've been pursuing acting, there's not enough time for me to sit and thank every single one of them. And I'm, as much as I try to be articulate, I won't be able to hold it together because I'm dedicating everything to Drake. So I'm gonna need a paper to read.
I don't think you'll need a paper to read. I I want to thank you so much for coming on. You know, I adore you and your work is amazing. And I was wishing this for you because it was the most moving moment I have seen in a very long time. And I think it's not only because of my relationship with Drake and John, but how you beautifully played it. I'm just, congratulations. I hope the best for you on this, and we'll see you.
I told so many people, Michael Fairman said I did amazing. So I'm already a winner in my book because of you. So thank you so much. I truly appreciate you.
Thank you, Christopher. We'll see you soon. Okay. Bye-bye. All right. Oh, I'm so glad, you guys. Congratulations. I'm so happy for Christopher. I know. Amanda Setton is going to be with us momentarily. She was just here. Here she comes. Hello.
Hello, Michael. How are you?
How are you?
I'm so sorry for my background here. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm like, wow, you have a car background.
My apologies. I'm out to dinner with my family, and I was like, guys, I got to be right back. I got to go talk to Michael. Thank you for having me.
Oh my God, thank you for doing this. I was like, oh my God, I have to see Amanda. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
They're like, Brooklyn Quartermain's in the house.
Brooklyn Quartermain is in the house. She's laying it down. But in all seriousness, I'm so grateful, so humbled. I really am.
What happened when you found out you were nominated? Like, how did you find out first?
Frank called me, our boss, and it was such a beautiful, moving moment. I've known Frank for 20 years, and to share this with him, and I'm indebted to him on a lot of levels. And I was in the car with my husband. We were going for a hike. We got away for just a couple days, just the two of us. And so we were it was early, it was the morning, and to share that moment with Frank, to share that moment with my husband, it was it was just the best. We cried, and I'm just so grateful.
Oh my gosh, must have been. I'm so happy for you. Like, you've done such amazing work for many years.
Thank you.
What did you end up putting on your reel that got you the nomination? So what is in the juicy? What did you decide?
So my reel was really obviously the whole Gio storyline. It started with the scenes with Lulu, with Alexa. Shout out to her. She's the best. Yep. She's so amazing.
People were like, she was so great last year. She was great. Yeah.
She was so great. And she is so great. I love her. Yeah. So scenes with Alexa, when I first find out that she knows and that I had a boy. Those scenes, and then the begging her not to tell Dante and just to leave it alone, into the scenes with Rena. So first, shout out to her. She is the best. I love her. I spoke to her today. She deserved to be nominated also. She was amazing.
I will say she did. Yes. Yeah. There were some scenes that were just
exquisite. Yeah.
Exquisite.
Yeah. So, and so the scenes with her right after I find out at the nurses' ball, right after Brooklyn finds out that Gio is her son, not her cousin. And then it ended with the scene with Gio in the kitchen when I first see him after the nurses' ball. And I'm like, Gio, we can work this out. And he's like, no, we can't. And he walks away. It was an amazing story. And it really is kudos to the writers because, when it's on the page, you can rise to it. If the story's not there, you can't manufacture it, and they really did a beautiful job with this story last year.
You give me goosebumps. Just the arc of that sounds like, if you watch it, because it's all about when the Emmys happen, you are playing a game in a sort. You're having to put together a reel and show it to people who may not know what's going on.
Right. And, Michelle Henry, one of our producers who I just absolutely adore and I'm so grateful for, between her and Frank, they said, you need to tell the story. So find the footage, find the scenes that tell the story. And once it was told, it was clear to all of us, okay, the story has been told, and anyone who's watching this reel can get a feel for the intensity of the story. and I think after even the first scene where you're just like, wait a minute, this girl had a baby. She didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. Now this nemesis of her wants to, ooh, what's happening? What's going on? And
And
then
then
you
the
find
mom
out.
knew the story. The mom knew it.
I mean, it really, by the end, your heart's just broken for this girl.
I know, and they really no, you're right. The writers gave you it's a great story.
Right, yeah, it's an amazing story. And I remember when Frank first came to me and told me what was coming down the pike with this, new character of Geo. Part of me was like, okay, she had a baby when she was a teenager with Dante at camp. I'm like, what? They are so brilliant. And I was wrong, because let me tell you, when we were playing it, I don't know what happened, but all of it just gelled. Dom and Geo and Rena, it all, even Josh, who plays Chase, it all just like felt so real. And it went from a farcical feeling story of like, this sort of teen pregnancy that all of a sudden they're rewriting history, to like, no, wait a minute, this feels really rooted and really grounded with really high stakes. And then for, the big reveal at the nurses' ball, I feel like it really gave the viewers and the fans a huge payoff for this build of a story over 6 months.
Absolutely, because I agree with you. When I heard on, like, this is what they were going to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. I know. I'm telling you.
Camp and they what? That
didn't
happen.
I know. I'm with you.
I was like, oh, right? And then, but then, like you, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is really.
Once they started building it out and you saw sort of all the different relationships playing out between her and her mother, her and Dante, her and Lulu, her and Geo, her and her husband, Chase, and then the fallout of all of it, even Tracy, Wally, Ned. I mean, it touched so many characters on the canvas. Lisa Locicero, Olivia and Sunny, and it touched so many people on the canvas of General Hospital that it really, I think, it was like a huge, juicy burger for the fans to just like take a big bite.
100%.
As opposed to just like a side little story, which is also great. The writers are amazing.
Well, I was thinking, funny you said that. When they first did it, I'm like, is this going to be like the C story? Right? Like, oh, let's just put this, but they didn't do that.
No.
What was your reaction of Gio Vanimazza when you first met him and now seeing he's a nominee?
Yes, I'm so proud of him.
Did he ask for any advice on his reel, or did you?
Gio and I are super close. And right from the start, we just hit it off. He is such a delight. He's so hardworking. He wants it so bad. He's such an eager learner. He's always looking to be better. He always wants to grow. That's a huge testament to his work ethic. He's just a really amazing kid. He's not a kid. He's a man. He's an amazing person. And over the last couple of years, we've had many deep conversations about work, about life, about, perspective, gratitude, values, a lot of different deep things. And so I could not be more thrilled for Gio and this moment for him. It is well deserved. He has worked so hard for it. And I really hope he wins. Although I love Brayden also. Love Brayden.
We love Brayden. We love Brayden. Love Brayden.
Gio's my son.
Gio's the son. I was going to say, though, he's so talented, right?
Yeah. Like, many levels. It's ridiculous.
Like, he's a violinist. He can act. He can do this. I'm like,
he can play the guitar. I know, he's amazing. And again, it's really a testament to his work ethic. He wants it. He sees something and he's willing to work for it. And, I remember even my work back on One Life, I was so green, and maybe there was some raw goodness there that Frank could see, but as you mature and as you grow and as you have more time on screen with different actors and you live more life and have more to, you just get more and more, seasoned, so to speak, and rooted. And in the 2 short years that he's been on the show, he has grown exponentially. And I really am so, so proud of him.
Can you believe your kind of soap life? You come to work and like you get to work with Jane Elliott.
Don't even talk to me about Jane. Okay. First of all, it's really wild. This woman has become one of my closest friends. Like, I'm not exaggerating, and I am confident to say she would say the same. We've become really close friends outside of work. We speak, almost every day. We just went out to lunch last week. She's become such a close person in my life over these last few years, and she's such a confidant. She's such a leader. She's a really special person in my life. After my family and my best girlfriends of 30 years, 40 years, she's my next call. I wanted to share this with her, and she was over the moon, is over the moon.
I bet. I have to say, just kind of monitoring the situation, people were so happy that you were nominated.
Oh, thank you.
There's many here that I'll share with you in a minute, but they were so happy. They're like, yes, because I do believe that the viewers in some respect have a pulse on what went on. Now, we know this is from 2025, not 2026, which we have to keep telling people.
Reminding people, yes.
That is because they're like, oh yeah, well she did. No, these scenes are from year and a half.
Right.
So,
Totally.
but people were kind of rooting for you in this. Like when your name was in there, like, I'm in.
That is so nice. Fulfilling. I have to say, we're in the daytime world, so for us, it feels so wonderful and so rich. But in the landscape of the entertainment industry, daytime, we're in the trenches. We work really hard. We have a ton of pages. We have a ton of really high stakes, dramatic work to try to do in a grounded, authentic way, continuously every day on television. And, not that it's thankless, because thank God we are employed actors on, network TV, and we're also grateful. But I'm not going to lie and say it doesn't feel good to just get a little thank you, or like a little, like, I see your work. It feels fulfilling. It feels really,
right?
It feels really fulfilling to just like be recognized of like, yeah, you did a good job. And it's like, thank you. Appreciate that.
When you go in and you do all these emotional scenes as Brooklyn, and now you have a family and you have to do you turn everything off and do you take the work with you? Or are you able to just shut it off?
I do my best to shut it off. I've definitely created a process over these last, almost 7 years I've been on the show. I do a tremendous amount of preparation in advance. Jane and I actually are really aligned in that way. We run lines, days in advance, and we just run it and run it and run it and run it. So by the time we're on the floor on the day, it looks well rehearsed and seasoned and present and in the moment and spontaneous, as opposed to like we're just running it down in hair and makeup right before we go up because we have no time. And so I would say the process that has, that I've distilled over these last few years, I can leave it there. But sometimes my body doesn't, your body sort of holds on to things sometimes because, I know it's not real, but sometimes your body doesn't, the trauma of that Geo stuff. I lost my voice for those Rena scenes. I actually, my body was like, no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go where you need me to go to make this real,
Here is Amanda. Your work in the last year has been sublime. Every mark hit. From your scenes with Lulu to confronting Lois in the garden to trying to connect with Geo told such a heartbreaking tale. Brava.
That is so sweet. That feels so nice. Thank you, whoever wrote
Tracy
that.
BLQ relationship is one of my faves on the show.
Oh,
absolutely.
Me too.
Amanda has a killer reel, and I love it.
Oh, thank you. So nice.
Next year at the nurse's ball, we thought we were going to get hit with a piece of the violin.
Oh, that was wild. He did such a great job with that. That is not an easy moment to hit, pun intended. It's just not. To be so big, to have to reach that. And he did it. He nailed it.
It was amazing. So now we were talking to the other nominees. Will you prepare a speech and would you write it down or would you just go with it?
No, I would definitely prepare a speech.
Yeah.
Kudos to all the people who could just, go up there and wing it. That is amazing. But for me, I just feel like the moment, the potential moment deserves a little bit of preparation and thought.
Yeah. Is the dress thing fun or awful? Like having to wear. Some women
it's fun. The whole thing is fun.
It's fun, right?
The whole thing is fun. It's all, we can't take ourselves too seriously.
Right.
We're also lucky to just, again, get this pat on the back of like, you did a great job this year and good work, and we get to dress up and get our makeup done and, get our picture taken. It's so fun. Such a treat.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to.
Me too. I'm really glad I got to talk to you. Thank you for having me.
We will see each other hopefully sometime soon.
I will look forward to that.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, Michael, take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, Amanda Setton, so great. So great. Let's see if can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we have been having sound problems all night where the guests come and they can't hear me, but you can hear me.
You sound beautiful, Michael. I hear you perfectly.
Lawrence St. Victor, I am so, dude. Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Nomination in your career, supporting actor, like, dude.
Dude, I'm speechless, dude.
What happened? So, how did you find out? And what happened this morning?
Oh man, well, my son is at his second day at camp. So my wife and I, we dropped him off at camp, and at the parent-child drop-off line, I was talking to another parent. We're kind of just talking shop, and then Brad Bell gives me a call, and I see my phone ringing, and I'm aware that around this time there's announcements, and I'm like, oh boy. So I pick up the phone, and he is just so lovely and so wonderful. And he tells me that I've been nominated. I'm in this parking lot with all these parents and kids. I'm trying to go off to the side because, I'm having such a moment here. But it was at the camp drop off for my son.
And what did Brad say? I know you can't tell me the intro, but did he basically say something?
Just congratulations, and my work was just lovely. And first he asked, did I hear anything? And I'm like, no, Brad, I'm at camp. I know nothing. I haven't heard anything.
Summer camp.
I'm at summer camp right now. We're trying to figure out the ins and outs of where our kids are going. And that's when he just gave me so much love and so many flowers.
Well, Scott Clifton was on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy for Lawrence.
Oh man.
Really, really happy for you. What did you submit on your reel? Like, what is on this reel? I have a clue, but you tell me.
No, I want to hear your clue.
No, I don't want to know. No, you tell me.
Well, honestly, I had a wonderful 8 months where I stole the company from the Foresters, right?
Yes. Right.
And there was such good material there. But I was like, the heart of Carter is always about trying to be in love and fall in love. So I used the Hope breakup scenes as what led my reel. Because at the end of the day, everything he does is for love. And for me, the climax of his story is it still didn't work. It still didn't work. So my scenes with Annika, we kind of had 2 breakup scenes. One was a pre-breakup scene, and then I got her back. And the next one is when I was like, go be with Liam, go be with your family. Then I also had a scene with Daphne where I'm just kind of down and out about losing hope the first time I lost hope. So yeah.
Wait a minute. There was a scene that really broke me up. And it was, you were in tears. Wasn't it when he felt bad what he did to Ridge? Is that?
Yeah, well, yes, there was a wonderful episode.
Yes.
With Carter and Ridge, and that was, and Michael, man, it's so hard choosing material for your reel because, and there's things I didn't even know about because you have a scene, and then you watch the scene back and you have to go, is that more of a Carter scene or a Ridge scene? Like in the scope of the reel and the context of everything, does this land more towards him and it's such a weird thing, but in that moment I felt like I think I need to stay with more on the Hope and Carter train as far as the context. But
Mhm.
that was, I mean, that scene you're talking about, it
That's
to me doing it. I mean, it
that
was.
scene. Well, that was a scene that I thought you were so beautiful in that
Well,
scene.
thank you.
Because I remember because it was the tears. I remember it because I wrote about it, and I was like, oh God, it really gets you, that scene.
Yeah,
Because,
and
right? Yeah.
it was such a wonderful. It was a wonderful day, that scene, because I wrote that episode, so it was fun to play in and hear Torsten interpret my work and even make it a million times better. And then also Heather Tom directed that episode, so it was just really
Oh, now
a
you're showing
real special. Now I'm showing, yeah, I'm showing. I have all these Emmy winners and Emmy nominees just
right.
work. Yeah, no, it was great, but ultimately, I thought that scene, that was more of a Ridge scene, as far as him dealing with losing his friend and him dealing with being stabbed in the back. And Carter's kind of taking it, but he doesn't have his breaking point until he loses hope. That's where Carter actually loses everything. I think.
Right. And there was that breakup where he basically goes, I'm not, he realizes like he knows
I'm
though.
not
I think Carter knew. Didn't he
that
know?
would that we there's two breakup scenes. The
Right.
first breakup, when he gave the company back and was convinced it's all going to work out, and Hope was really upset with him, and he's like, it's going to work, it's going to work. And it was, Hope and Carter kind of really butted heads. That's where Carter was like, so now that I'm not valuable to you, you can just throw me away. So it was more like that. And then the last final breakup scene is like, yeah, Carter knew the writing was on the wall. Like, she loves Liam. And for Carter to have her and have the ring on her finger, like it all worked out in the end. And to still go, I have to let you go. I finally got everything I wanted. I got, the company is back where it's supposed to be. Ridge is my friend again. We're gonna get married. Everything is perfect, but I'm lying to myself. So yeah, that was a very special scene for me. And I thought that it kind of like brought Carter's story full circle, of the man, the loneliest man in the world.
Well, yeah, and then it got wrecked because you and Muriel like teased me in that interview. I'm like, I was not going to get married. He never wins in love. He has to lose. But you got married.
Carter finally got married. He finally won. And that's kind of what's beautiful about it, is he had to give up what he thought he wanted or needed, to actually step into where he belongs. And that's with Daphne. So yeah, he was a tragic love story heroic character, but now he's not so tragic anymore.
Well, they are saying, love this for Lawrence. Loved him since his Guiding Light days. Lawrence, long overdue. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love how supportive everyone is of each other. Congratulations, Lawrence. So there are people here that obviously have been with you on your journey for these years.
I feel the love, and just to throw some love to Mr. Scott Clifton, man. From day one, Scott has not only been, I mean, we all know how talented he is, but I don't think you have to see his class and professionalism like in person to understand how special of a human he is. It's not that he's just good. We all know he's brilliant. That's a given. Just turn on Bold and the Beautiful and you'll see it.
Right.
But to see how he carries himself on set and how he works so well with everyone, not just actors, from directors, producers, writers, hair, makeup, crew. Scott is that person that like you want on your team at all times, because he makes everything better. So I just had to give him his flowers, because Scott is an amazing person.
He is amazing. Amazing. And so you've got Torsten K, Scott, Heather.
Yeah. I mean, it's first, Torsten is, we already know he's so dynamic and he's so funny. And anytime I get to work with him, I mean, half the time we ad lib so many jabs at each other. We have so much fun bringing Carter and Ridge's friendship to life. And Heather, she's such. I mean, I don't have to say it. She's a beast, and to share being a double nominee with her is pretty cool. Us both kind of getting to be writer actor nominees at the same time. Maybe for the very first time on this show. It's pretty
Wait, so are you
special.
for two? So wait, you could win two.
Potentially, Michael, there is a chance that two
Okay.
can be one. Potentially.
Can you imagine? Okay,
I can't.
Can
I
you
can't
imagine?
and I won't. I can't
Okay.
and I won't. I'm just in this moment right here.
Do you know? So, do you even know what the writing nominations were? Were you submitted?
I don't. No, I don't. I can guess, but I don't know.
Moose Dark, yes, long overdue, Lawrence. Are you and you are a terrific writer as well.
Thank you.
And in fact, I'm so proud of Lawrence. Invited that to my brother.
Sister, thank you.
Yeah, I wonder. Torsten, I'm curious to know what he went with too. That'll be interesting.
I mean, he had. I mean, so much good material from the scene you were talking about with us to
stuff.
We had the Eric retirement stuff as well. I mean, just so much material, and he's good in everything he does. It's really nice he gave me a call today, and he just gave me so much love and said he was proud of me, and that meant a lot. That meant a lot.
Lawrence, did you hear from Annika today? Yeah, all scenes were great.
Yes, I did. We were texting each other today, and she didn't know they were announced yet. And she's like, my fingers are crossed. And I'm like, oh, they came out. And she's like, what? And then she's like, oh, I'm so happy for you. And I had to tell her, man, like, I couldn't have asked for a better scene partner, a better friend, a better confidant, a better therapist. She was all those things for me as we handled this takeover story together that culminated into, Carter and Hope's breakup. And she was right there with me, man. And the only reason those scenes were great was because she was great. I was just feeding off of her. So yeah.
And Scott Clifton earlier said, I really wish Annika would have been nominated because he was talking about even the scenes with her, but then there's the scenes with you. Like, it's an interesting through line.
Yeah.
That Annika's and all your guys. It's like,
I mean, and for me, it's a no-brainer. Like she dynamically carried the being broken because being overlooked for so many years, and then into the hope taking over, and I'm going to stand my ground to my mother Brooke always choosing Ridge, to, oh my God, the man that I thought I was over is now dying, and the man that I'm in love with, I don't know if I'm in love with anyone. I mean, a smorgasbord of just excellence she gave us. So I echo that in her lack of nomination, but that doesn't mean that there's a lack of value and a lack of worth in her ability and talent, because we all see that.
Well, did you see or write the recent scenes with the showdown with Brooke and
I didn't write those. I didn't, but I did see those, and man,
like
I love it.
That's next year's nominee, because talking 2026 is in 2027. It's a year and a half delayed, but
but that is, I mean, I love scenes about betrayal and expectations not being met. When Brooke just knows that Hope is my daughter and she'll never, and Hope is like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And not just out. I'm creating a whole entire line without you knowing and going to showcase it to the world. Okay. I love that stuff so much.
Okay, well, wait, everybody.
Oh!
Stop it! Michael, you're sneaky. What's up, my friend?
Hi. Congratulations. Lawrence is here. I just needed a moment with the two of you before I let him go. We talk. This is everyone's been talking about guiding light. Like here they are.
I
First
know.
nominees. Karla, congratulations.
Thank you.
On the lead actress nomination. I think you know Lawrence.
I met this guy
I think
before.
we've met before.
Once. Maybe at like
Karla, we can't hear you.
shop.
Or maybe.
Oh no.
I can hear. No,
Oh,
you're.
you can. Oh, I can't.
Can you hear me? Why are we having this problem? Karla, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I
good.
can't.
We're okay.
I can't hear Karla, but that's okay. I can. I'll read her lips. See. Hi. Congratulations. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me. Oh man. Well, it's funny, Michael. We were talking. Karla and I. We spoke earlier actually, and we were talking about just how the synergy we have throughout the years, and our kids are born in the same week, and so many other things where it's like we're just so aligned, and to find out that we're both first time nominees together it kind of makes sense when you look at our lives together.
It does.
Um,
It does, right? And it was so touching for me to see that you both were first time nominees and it happened in the same year.
Yeah.
Knowing you both from guiding, like from whence we came.
I know.
Yeah.
It's just
And I'm so proud, Karla. You already know this, but I'm so proud of you, man. I've always been proud of you because that's not new news, but I'm so proud of you. Your work on Beyond the Gates, the responsibility that was given to you to take this world that no one knows about and like showcase it and make it with so much nuance and depth and flair and swag and all this stuff you bring as Danny. Dude, I am so proud of you. I'm proud of your show. 15 nominations is crazy. Dude, I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can't hear you, but I'm
I
reading your
know.
lips.
I know. I want okay, I'm going to sing Lawrence's praises and he'll just have to hear it later. And that is that you have been working for so many years and so hard and writing and just showing up and being whatever anyone needed you to be and doing it with excellence every single time. And the fact that you're finally being acknowledged in this way is overdue, but also I'm overjoyed. And Tony actually came on set. Tony directs both Bold and the Beautiful and on our show, and he came on set and I was doing this emotional scene and we were in between scenes and he goes, Lawrence, and I was like,
I can't hear a word you're saying.
and he goes,
I'm gonna watch this back.
He goes, Lawrence, and I was like, ah! And then he was like, oh, I shouldn't have told you that now. I was like, no, I had to know. I had to know, like, that's my brother. It's perfect.
she was saying how she found out you were nominated and you were bringing out, well, she was on set and she was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Karla's closing our show tonight. She is the closer tonight.
As she should.
As she should. But I wanted just you guys to pass. I'm so sorry you can't.
No, this also makes sense for our dynamic. Like we're right on time, but we're also like this too. So brand of comedy.
Well, I'm gonna let you go, Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Excited.
And thank you, Michael, for doing this. Like this is a tall order. You have a bunch of actors all over the place. Some of us are in cars. Some of us you can't hear us. We can't hear you, but you're here making this very special. So thank you very much.
I don't drink. So bye, Lawrence.
Bye.
Bye.
Should I turn myself the other way?
Yes.
I'm like, now you see my whole room.
Now we see the room. We can see you.
Like too much laundry on the bed.
Hi. How has this day been, Karla?
What a wild 24 plus hours at this point. I was so blessed to be told by Michelle
on Monday, because just came out Monday.
That's right. And I knew that it was going to be announced on Entertainment Tonight, but I was nervous. And so I was like, I'm not going to watch. I have this production meeting for something else that I'm producing. I'm just going to be on here and I'll watch my phone, and Mom and John and, you guys watch and let me know, because I was too nervous. And then before it came out, of course, they let us know. And so I got a text from Michelle and she just said, congratulations. And I was like, really? Really? And she said, yeah, really. So it was so special. And then, all the calls came in and just so much love. So I'm very overwhelmed by that. As I said on social media this morning, I'm a bit of an introvert, so it's a lot, and I'm like receiving it, and certainly the sentiment where people are saying it's overdue and you haven't been nominated before and things like that, and just acknowledging the amount of time that I've been doing this helps me to recognize that and honor it in myself.
You should be. I literally had that same reaction. Now, obviously, I know the Emmys very well and who's been nominated, but I was like, what? Right? I'm like, first time nominee Karla Mosley, and I was sitting with that.
Yeah.
Thinking of all the fantastic performances you've given over years in your different roles.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, huh? Like, I had a moment of that, and I'm absolutely thrilled, and this is so deserved. Tamara Tooney and you are and what was so amazing that you and her were the first ever nominations for Beyond the Gates that were announced in the history of the show. You were sharing a lead actress category with her.
I know.
And she's no slouch.
Are you kidding me? I mean, I like my jaw. I was like, what is happening? But also, wow, how cool. We've all been working so hard. And I think that's what felt really good today as all those nominations were rolling in and we were all in the makeup room and running and you just hear people screaming and jumping up and down and dancing. Like we are all celebrating each other because we all know how much care and effort we've put into making the show what it is.
So what did you submit on your reel? Because Danny had a year. Like, what did you do and kind of what was the decision of how you put it together?
It was really fun in the end. At first, I was so stressed out and I was like, maybe I'm just not going to submit. And everyone was like, you're submitting. Even if we have to walk you through this, which this is kind of what happened. I was like, but then once I realized, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put together something that feels fun to me. What have I loved doing and being this year? And so I ended up starting with the golf club moment, walking in that blue suit, just a quick moment, and then cut to the gun scene at the wedding, where she's holding him up. And then we go back to a scene after she comes in with the golf club. So we really kind of get the Bill, Danny dynamic and what's going on there. And then we go to one of my favorite scenes from last year where Ashley's in the bathroom and Danny's talking to Andre at Uptown. So it's like comedic. It's Danny at her best wit and banter. And then we did the scene with Chelsea where she comes out and tells her mom that she's bi, which is one of my
great,
particularly important for me at that time, as I was also coming out at the same time.
Right.
It's like, oh, we're all coming out. Great.
We're coming out. Right.
Yeah. And then another Bill Danny scene that was like later where she's sort of she's saying, I've moved on and here's why I don't want to be with you anymore. So she's in that same office, but really has found her strength. Oh, but before that, I put in the little mugshot photo shoot.
Oh, the mugshot.
It was a last minute addition. I woke up in the morning and I was like,
you were inspired.
It's gotta go in. It's gotta go in.
That's good. That's good though. Yeah. Right.
So it was such a fun, and I in this, if I have to put it together for season 2, of course it'll be totally different energy. But that was just such a fun summation of who Danny is and the range of what she got to do last year.
It was an incredible year.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, this can't not go. Karla cannot not be one of the, it just, when you, but I never know with the Emmys. Right?
We never know. Mm-mm.
I don't. So you have Michelle Stafford, Stacey Hyduck, and Heather Tom also here. So it's like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Heavy hitters.
Each and every one.
Each and every one. I spoke to Timon earlier, and he's such a great guy. I mean, I don't know him like you know him.
Oh,
but
no.
he had the most
He's
lovely,
very, very special.
He had the most lovely things to say about you and working with you and creating the dynamic. And he's so thrilled that he's nominated. I mean, he really is.
Yeah.
So did you talk to everyone? Did you, did you get a chance to, you were with everyone today, or you were on?
Yeah, I got to see everyone. Because I think just about everyone. Maybe one or two people weren't in, but I think I saw pretty much everyone, and everyone is just so excited and humbled and cheering for each other. We really love each other almost too much. We spend so much time together. And so the excitement and like gratitude for what we get to do, and also excitement for everyone else who's being acknowledged, is real.
Amazing. So we've got long overdue Love Her on Bold and BTG.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Miss Mosley. I'm happy that Hurricane Danny invaded the Best Actress category at this year's Daytime Emmys.
I love that hashtag. I'm so stealing it.
Danny got the gun. Yes, Karla should have gotten nominated at Bold.
Thank you, Jeff.
The mugshot, yay, from Candace. Karla's reel is full of emotions and versatility. I love her reel so much.
Thank you.
And Karla gets to go to the ladies' luncheon Nancy Lee Grant hosts this year.
I'm so excited. Listen, honestly, it was one of the things I was like most looking forward to if this happened. I was like, I get to go to the lunch. I finally get to go to the lunch. So excited.
That'd be amazing. Now, is picking the do you like all that?
No.
Right. Talking to Amanda,
I am literally the opposite of Jamie. I am like a crunchy granola. I mean, you all see me. I'm like sitting around. I'm a mom. I have my feet in the dirt. Like, that's me. And my mom already was like, "Can I help you pick your dress?"
Mom.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. But Michael tells me I have to wear color. No, but the hair and makeup department already was like, "We got you, girl. We got you. We're already coming up with a look."
I and I try.
You look great.
I always try to do something, right? Like I'll do like some, but I go and I'm like, I get so, I'm like, oh, there's nothing works. I don't know.
It's so challenging. And then like once you go a lot, okay, I'm sorry, I have to move. I might like sit on my foot. Okay. It's gonna be like we're just hanging out.
Okay.
And I'll turn another way so that you can see my face better. But I don't want my phone today. Oh my gosh. I've gotten a lot of messages today.
Busy lady.
It's just like we're all best friends.
We're all best friends. But you were saying, I agree. Like, I don't love it. Like, I don't love having to find what to wear. I don't like that part. I'd rather just wear it.
Exactly.
Like, come to
That's
me.
why it's been so amazing to have Teresa, because
Teresa's amazing. Yeah.
She's just the best, and she's so loves it and loves telling a story and loves like getting to know what looks good on each person, and she's so skilled in that way. So it's been great to have her and Wonkia and Stevie just making me look good.
Well, then the other question is, do you write a speech, or do you have it on your phone, or do you just wing it?
I write one. Okay. But then I'm a bullet point kind of girl.
Okay.
And then when I get up there, the spirit moves me, it kind of comes through and it all comes together somehow.
You've been so instrumental, and you're one of the leads on Beyond the Gates. You were instrumental in Bold and Beautiful with Maya Avant. You've had these like shows where representation has really mattered, and you've been such a big part of it. What does that feel like for you? Do you feel an importance of that? Or, I mean, you must.
It feels like I'm on my path, honestly,
Right.
Because that's always been the intersection between art and activism has always been so deeply important to me. And there was a part of me that thought, well, my activism is going to have to live over here, and my sort of like artsy fartsy work is going to have to live over here, and then the way I make money is going to have to live in this separate box. And the fact that all of those get to live in the same place is amazing. That's the dream for me. And then I get to have a platform where through entertainment and joy, I get to show people humanity and maybe change their minds. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, I kind of feel like they've got the right person.
Thanks for saying that.
I really mean that. I'm not saying that because we've known each other for years, but it's like, this is the right person.
Yeah.
This is the right vessel to tell this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I believe somehow something finds us.
Yeah. I feel that with every role that I get.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to be learning?
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Right. So who else did you hear from today that you can tell us that? Did you hear from any former co-stars or?
I did. I heard from, Lindsay. Lindsay Godfrey.
Who's nominated.
I know. The fact that she and Lawrence and I are nominated, we were like a little trio, of course, with our darling Jacob all those years ago. So, you know, the three of us will be there together, which is so cool. And but I was texting her yesterday because I was getting nervous, and I'd convinced myself. I was like, how early did they tell you last time? I was like, should I just figure that I didn't get nominated because I haven't heard? And she's like, no, girl, you're fine. Just wait a couple more hours and you'll find out. So that was great. And then she texted me afterwards, and then I texted her today. So that was great. And then of course, Lawrence and Missy, my old buddy, and Brad and
oh,
Casey
nice.
from Bold. Yep.
Nice.
Texted me, which was really sweet. Some of the old writers, Adam from Bold.
Oh, Adam, right.
Yeah, who I love. Yeah, I've heard from Darren Brooks, reached out.
Love Darren.
I love Darren. So, you know, and I'm sure I'm forgetting many people, but it's, yeah, it's been great. It's so funny because I feel like it's a strange thing that we do. Like even what we're doing right now, we're in our houses and we're just having a conversation, but tons of people see it.
Right.
And it's so strange. Or like an article goes out, and you know, people from my old realtor texted me and was like, oh, congratulations. It's like, oh yeah.
Did Sean Freeman say anything to you?
Oh, of course. Of course he did. He gave me a huge hug. He was the first to, you know, put into our WhatsApp thread, congratulations to Tamara and I yesterday. You know, he's such an amazing scene partner. We play so well together and have so much trust. And, you know, same with Timon, very different dynamics. Similar in that there's that trust in play, but it's like it's a different kind of play with each of them, which is so much fun. It's really fun to find people who are like willing to go like, okay, what are we finding here? It's like you go down this weird wormhole that none of you, and you don't know what you're going to find on the other end. And then like, there's just gold and hidden in secret places. You know, that's what it feels like to work with different scene partners. So
are you glad? You remember when you were thinking about, they said, so the show is Beyond the Gates.
Yeah.
And it's shooting in Atlanta, but you're living in LA, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So what do you think of what you thought there to now?
That's what Michelle said. I was actually just talking to her. She says,
oh, were you?
Away. Yes. I was like, oh my God, it's 10:50. I have to go.
I gotta go to McCormick.
Sorry, Michelle. But yeah, she's like, so how are you glad you said yes? I was like, yes, Michelle, yes. And another friend texted me. She's like, so it seems like that move worked out for you.
Seems like it did.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy that I said yes.
But you knew kind of once what she pitched you, and then when you got there that Danny was a leading role, right? Like you kind of knew that. Did you not, or no?
Yes and no. I mean, when I submitted a tape, I was like, okay, I really love this writing, but I didn't know how much of a lead she was. And then she kept saying to me, you know, the story really starts out with your character, Karla. You know, really it's centered around Danny.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I read those first 5 scripts, and then the next 5, and then the next, and I think even going through it, it wasn't until I looked back that I realized how much story I carried in, you know, particularly in those first 6 months. But it was just one episode at a time, one scene at a time.
Well, it has been so nice to talk to you.
You too.
I'm so thrilled for you. So happy. So deserved.
Thank you.
And I couldn't think of a better way to end the show.
Thanks, Michael. And thank you for the surprise of seeing Lawrence. That was so
special. I don't know what is going on. These poor fans. Everybody's been here tonight, and we've been having like something they can't cure. I have never had that happen. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but everyone's saying so deserved, Karla.
Thank you. I really, I can't stress enough how appreciative we are that you all are watching, that you all are loving the show as much as we do. And I also can't stress enough how amazing the story is that's coming up. It's so good. I wish I cannot
I know.
wait. I cannot wait.
And you're 4 months ahead, right?
More than we're about to shoot the end of the year. We're wrapping the season.
So you're saying by the end of the year thing?
I'm saying even I kind of like blank a little bit about what happens in the summer. It's got to be good, right?
Right.
And then, September through the end of the year, Chef's Kiss.
Chef's Kiss.
Oh my God. Yeah. So good.
Are you involved in the story?
No. I'm hoping they write me back in now that I have this nomination.
I do. This nomination gets you back in the show.
Right, exactly. That's why I called Michelle. We had to talk about some things.
Now that I'm a nominee, you got to put me back in the show.
Yeah. No, Danny's all up in it.
Oh, great. That's great. All right. So I'll see you soon.
Okay. Yes. Like in person.
Which is so great to see you. What did I see you last month? Where did we see each other? At the Black June.
Yes.
For a moment. We sat and talked for a few moments.
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh.
Music. We talked music. That's right. That's that right now. You're like, who's this
that's
guy?
right. When you were interviewing someone and I sat down, I didn't realize you were interviewing them. Like a bull in a china shop. Yes.
All right, Karla. So good to see you. Congratulations again.
You too. Thank you so much. Thank you for this space. And thanks to all of you watching.
Yay. All right. Have a good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody. I want to thank all of you so much. That's the end of their show. I know it's been a long night. We've gone like 3 hours and 20 minutes almost. But that's the nominees who we have that were able to participate tonight. A lot of the people that you're talking about that I've seen in the chat, we have reached out to them today. A lot of people were traveling. A lot of people weren't available because, I put the show together the day that these nominations come out. So we can't get everybody, but we do the best we can. And I do not know why we were having the weird sound glitch tonight at all, but I'll have to look into that. But thank you all so much. And remember the 53rd Annual Daytime Emmy Awards, October 30th. They will be from the Hollywood Palladium. And we will wait to see if there's any kind of broadcast partner, or will it be streaming on Emmy.tv, watch Emmy.tv like it normally was the other year. So anyways, we're off to the road to the Daytime Emmys. And Make sure you subscribe to the Michael Fairman channel for upcoming live streams, interviews, and special event coverage. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.